watching a stupid parade. You realize there are cartoons on, right?
Man, will you please tell Jake that the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is a classic?
Stick with it, Jake. Sometimes the balloons break free and terrorize the Shriners. Trust me, man. Old people are so funny when they're scared. Another SpongeBob balloon. Come on, guys. Bring back Underdog.
Who's Underdog?
Who's Underdog? Underdog is the coolest superhero ever.
No way. Spider-Man is the coolest.
Spider-Man, please. Oh, look at me. I'm Spider-Man. I shoot Gibby Web stuff out of my wrist. I climb on buildings. What kind of superhero can get killed by a giant tissue?
Hey, everybody, come look at the turkey I got. I know it's a little big, but I got to use the carpool lane.
Whoa, that is a beaut. Well, who else is coming to dinner this year?
Well, let's see. You and me, not Barbara Jean. Cheyenne and Elizabeth, not Barbara Jean. Brock and Jake. Oh, yeah, who am I forgetting? Oh, not Barbara Jean.
We get it. Barbara Jean's gotten to Lubbock.
And for this, we give thanks.
Wait, so Barbara Jean, Kira, and Henry are going to Lubbock. Well, why not Dad?
Well, your dad likes to keep his distance from Barbara Jean's brother. They don't get along so well.
What did Mr. H ever do to him? I mean, sure, he got Barbie Jean pregnant when he was married, but he divorced his wife and married her, so...
Yeah, he's a good man. Buzzard's just a little overprotective.
Buzzard?
Buzzard!
Barbara Jean's brother's name is Buzzard?
Buzzard!
God, he sounds kind of nuts.
Oh, he can be nuts. Remember the time your dad came back from Lubbock missing one eyebrow?
Yes.
Barbara Jean said that Buzzard has the other one in his wallet.
Oh.
I had one eyebrow once, but then Cheyenne made me pluck.
Yes, I did.
Go get the rest of the groceries.
Wait, so have you met this guy?
No, and I hope I never do. Barbara Jean's always been trying to set us up because it's her dream for us one day to be related by blood.
Oh.
It's also her dream for us to be buried together.
Hey, Mrs. H, why did you get 2 turkeys?
That one goes to the church shelter. Put it in the big bag by the front door. Somebody's coming for it.
Strike!
Oh, yeah, and we have to put the envelope with the money from the garage sale in it, too.
Oh, remember how funny that was? I thought you were trying to sell the garage.
Has anyone seen that envelope? I swear it was right here. Jake, did you take it?
Why would you think I took it? Cheyenne's the alcoholic.
Oh, well, let's not worry about it right now. I don't want anything to ruin this Thanksgiving. It's going to be the best one ever.
Where's the bathroom? I gotta take a major leak.
Hey, Mrs. H, the guy from the homeless shelter's here.
Not from the homeless shelter. Hey, Reba, it's me, Buzzard.
Buzzard. Please tell me I know 2 buzzards.
Buzzard!
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
So where's Barbara Jean?
She's in Lubbock. She went to see you.
She went there?
Yes.
Dag nabbit. Well, there's a lesson for you. Always read the whole email.
You thought she was here?
Well, her email said she wanted to get together. I just assumed that meant here. So I jumped in my truck and I drove all night. By the way, I gotta take a shower. Those wet naps at the truck stop just aren't cutting it.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Brock and Barbara Jean live down the street. Why did you come to my house?
Because I was in town. So I dropped by. If you're in town, drop by your letters.
You sent him letters?
1 a week for 62 weeks.
She never wrote me once.
I've been down some pretty bad paths in my life, and Barbara Jean told me to write to this woman, and she wrote me letters back. Each one an inspiration.
Somebody go get Brock.
Brock. Hey, you got a beer?
Well, yeah, I think there are a couple in the fridge.
No matter what I say, do not give me one.
Okay.
I'm talking about Brock. I gotta watch myself. Anger's one of my triggers.
Oh my gosh, I'm an alcoholic too.
It's hard not to be delighted,
I
ain't it?
know.
I won't set foot in Brock's house, and Barbara Jean knows it. Of course, you know that scene as you guys are best friends.
Right. But she's not here. Dang it. So I guess you'll be needing directions back to the highway. If you leave now, you can make it home for pumpkin pie.
Mom, can I see you in the kitchen?
So, who's the smoking hot blonde?
It's my wife, pal.
Nice work.
Thank you.
This parade has sucked since they canned Underdog.
My name's Van. How you doing?
Mom, you cannot send him away. He needs our help. He might drink. Look, it is no accident that he was sent to me. And you, of all people, should know that he's crying out for help. After all, you are his pen pal.
I am not his pen pal. I've never written him a letter. The guy's a wacko.
Well, then who sent him those letters?
I think being a wacko runs in the family. It must have been Barbara Jean.
Barbara Jean sent him those letters and said they were from you? That is so romantic.
It is not. It's sick. I don't even know what's in those letters.
Okay, well, you cannot tell him this. Look, Mom, that could be a huge trigger for him. Plus, he's family.
He's not in my family.
Well, he's in mine. He's my stepmother's brother. That makes him my step-uncle thingy.
One Halloween, I trick-or-treated my whole neighborhood as lovable, humble shoe shine boy. Then I threw off the glasses, put on the cape, and hit them all again as Underdog. Oh, man. I had candy coming out of my butt that year.
I can't believe there's another huge Underdog fan like me.
Oh, man, I am more than just a fan. I got the magnets, I got the shirt, the cape, I got the little feety pajamas from when I was a kid, but they don't fit me anymore.
Hey, Buzzard, why don't you just relax a while before you hit the road, okay?
Said I go down on the shower?
Oh, wait.
Hey, Reba, what the... Buzzard.
There he is. There's the SOB who's trying to take my sister to hell with him.
What Buzzard is really trying to say is Happy Thanksgiving.
Buzzard, you're here.
Buzzard thought Barbara Jean wanted him to come here to Houston, so that's why he's here. So we need to call her so I can have a little chat with her.
We can't, Big Daddy. That's my daddy. He's big. He won't allow phone calls on holidays.
Yeah, but he does let you drag guests down to the dock and throw them in the freezing cold lake. Yeah, man, that was fun.
Grandma dared me. I had no choice.
That's hilarious. Hey, Buzzard, I dare you to grab Mr.
Van!
Hi, Buzzard.
Well, Buzzard can play later because first he's gonna go to my meeting with me. I'm gonna go get my purse.
And when you get back, I got a special treat for you. The original cartoon series on DVD. We can watch it in slow-mo and in Spanish. Underdog!
Yeah, hey, listen, maybe I could try text messaging Barbara Jean.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a cute phone.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like it could fit in your ear.
Yeah, hey, look, check this out. Oh, that's a good picture of you. Just in case.
I'm real sorry about barging in on you like this. I know it's a little awkward.
That's okay. It's just that it's Thanksgiving, you know, private family time.
I understand. I'm glad I got to meet you. Your letters mean so much to me.
I really don't want to talk about them.
Full of so many pearls of wisdom. What's that one thing you always say?
Dear Buzzard.
Okay, Buzzard, let's go. We gotta get there early, otherwise the Chronics take all the good donuts.
Hey, remember that thing you said in your last letter? I'm gonna hold you to that when I get back.
Time to move. What are we looking at?
Reba, yeah. You know, I thought I saw a badger out in the backyard. I guess he was just that bicycle.
Man, I've never seen this side of you before.
Yeah, well, that's because I save it for the time I spend around Buzzard. God, I just don't know why that guy hates me so much. I've always been nice to him. You know, one year for Christmas, I gave him a guitar. He lit it on fire while I was holding it.
Look, I got my own problems with him. Buzzard was just discussing with me all the letters that I've written to him.
You wrote to him? Why? You couldn't find a pen pal in prison?
I didn't write letters to him, you moron. Barbara Jean did and pretended they were from me. I gotta find out what's in those letters. For all I know, Buzzard thinks I'm in love with him. We gotta get hold of Barbara Jean.
Well, I've tried everything. No, I tried phone, text, email. Heck, I even sent a telegram. Nothing. It's like trying to get in touch with an Amish person.
Well, what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Well, the first thing you want to do is calm down. Don't worry, we'll figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Geez, Reba, you're not going to solve anything by panicking.
Buzzard and I are back.
Okay, look, just stay calm. He can smell fear.
Hey, Reba. What's that weird smell?
Thought somebody's wearing chicken cologne. Look, Buzzard, we need to talk about those letters.
I know what you're gonna say, so let me say it first. I think it's time we stop writing letters.
Wow, you did know what I was gonna say.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to keep doing it.
Ha, ridiculous, that's the word. Ridiculous, kooky, nuts, they're all good.
Especially since I'm moving here.
Come again?
Look, I need you to be my life guide. It's like you said in letter 27. Say it with me. I'll be your guide for life's tough ride.
Okay, stop it. This is gonna end right here. I didn't write those letters.
It's so cute how embarrassed you are about it.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm mad. I did not write those letters. Barbara Jean did, okay?
Well, why would Barbara Jean do a crazy thing like that?
Why would Barbara Jean go to the zoo and read to the chimpanzees? She's crazy.
Oh. Wow.
Look, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about? I'm the idiot here.
I don't say that. Technically, Barbara Jean's the idiot here.
Well, then, I'm gonna get my stuff together. Tell everybody I said bye.
Thanks for letting me sit in your truck, Buzzard. It's awesome.
Maybe someday you can have a truck like that.
You think?
Sure, all it takes is hard work. And an uncle who owns one who drops dead.
Wait a minute. You're my uncle, right? Are you leaving?
Yeah, I gotta get on the wind, pal.
You got a what?
Yeah, I'm leaving. Got a lot of women waiting for me, you know?
I hear you.
You got a girlfriend?
Yes. No.
That's all right. You're only like, what, 5?
I'm 11.
Hey, listen, don't worry about it. I don't have a girlfriend either. I mean, I used to, then I dumped her. Felt kind of like I was dating my sister, you know? So now I'm flying solo.
Cool. When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Buzzard.
Just like me, huh? Let me ask you something. What's the deal with this missing money your sister was telling me about?
I don't know anything about that. And I'm not lying.
Well, obviously you're not lying. If you were lying, your palms would be all sweaty. Tell you, you're lucky you don't lie, Jake. 'Cause here's how it works. You tell a lie, one lie, then you gotta tell 2 lies to cover that one, and then 2 more for each of those 2, and on and on. It gets really hard to keep track of, especially if you suck at math. And pretty soon, all that's left is the lies. No more you. So I got to know so many cops on a first-name basis. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you a very serious question. How old are you really? I'm kidding. You take that money?
Yes. First of all, the garage sale was last month, and I thought she forgot all about it. Plus, I figured the money was mostly mine because they sold all my stuff, except for that stupid rock polisher. So what do you think I should do?
Well, let's look at your options. You could tell your mother the truth, or you could steal my truck and drive to Mexico.
Thanks, Buzzard.
No problem, kid. Hey, better not hear my truck start up.
Well, I'm glad you finally decided to tell me the truth. But stealing is a very serious thing, Jake.
I know.
You know you're going to have to earn back my trust, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Well, I'm gonna take off. Let you get back to Thanksgiving with your family. Thanks.
Listen, Buzzard. I realized something today. You are family.
You know, I don't cry, but if I did, I would right now.
And there's something else I want to tell you. I wished I had have written to you, because you're a good guy.
You won't be happy until I burst into tears, will you?
Look, I understand why Barbara Jean did it. She sees the real you. And I'm beginning to see the real you. Well, I won't be happy till both of us are crying, will I?
Yeah, that's the thing about Barbara Jean. She's always there for the people she loves. There's nothing you can do to chase her away.
I know. Believe me, I know. Sounds to me like you have a real good sister.
Sounds to me like you got a pretty good best friend.
Right. Well, we got a Thanksgiving dinner to get on the table. Why don't you start carving on this bird for me?
Okay. I'm good at carving.
Great. Oops.
Hey, Reba. The lunatic finally leave?
Dang, I like having you around.
So anyway, God, that's the whole story. And I didn't mean to steal it. Please don't send me to hell. Amen.
Amen. That was a lovely prayer, honey.
Thank you.
But you're still grounded. Thank you for dressing up for dinner. You look very handsome.
Thank you.
I think it's very nice when everybody dresses up for a holiday dinner. Cheyenne, you look very beautiful, too.
Well, it is Thanksgiving. I never like to forget that one of our greatest blessings is how good I look.
Mrs. H, I think someone else should be recognized for dressing so nicely.
I think so, too. You look cute as a button, sweetheart.
No, I'm underdog.
Underdog. Well, Underdog, you look cute as a button. Brock, are you sure you wouldn't like to sit up here at the table with us?
Oh, I'm fine. And far away from the lunatic.
Hey there, Captain Real Estate. What you doing?
Oh, more lame busy work your mom gave me. It's just a bunch of legal papers full of Latin. It's like you gotta be from Latin America to understand this.
Why don't you tell her you already did it and then we can make out?
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it some more.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Hey guys, come here. You gotta see this. Check it out. I can see the thing in the back of his throat going up and down.
Wow, passed out at 4 in the afternoon. Next thing you know, he's gonna be wearing elastic pants.
Poor guy, he hasn't been sleeping. Barbara Jean's taken him to a sleep doctor.
Let's put his hand in warm water.
Jake, that's childish. Well, right on his forehead. Hey, Mr. H.
Ben was gonna draw on you.
Yeah, but in my defense, I was bored, so it's like...
Well, at least you were only gonna write on my forehead. Barbara Jean put my hand in warm water.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mom, I thought you were at a big meeting.
Oh, it got pushed back. Van, how's the proofing going?
Oh, great. Same mistakes that weren't there before aren't there again.
I'd better double check.
No, Mrs. H, you're checking on me all the time. I don't check on you all the time.
Right, because that would be silly.
But I want equality.
You're not gonna burn your bra, are you, Van?
1, 2, 3, and sleep. Mrs. H, I want you to give me some important stuff. I want to go to the meeting with you.
Man, you are doing important stuff. You're learning. Let me put it to you this way. I'm the mama lion, and you're the baby cub. I can't send you off to hunt buffalo if you're not ready. So here's your to-do list, you cute little kitty.
But Mrs. H, this stuff has nothing to do with real estate.
Well, you're supposed to learn to do what you're told without arguing.
You don't do that, Ma.
That's because I'm the mama lion, so pipe down, little stray goat. Van, we have a problem. The boss asked me today if everything was all right between us. He said that some people were complaining about our bickering.
We wouldn't be bickering if I felt like I was being respected.
That's exactly how I felt when I was with her.
1, 2, 3, and leave.
Hey, look, why don't you guys do some stuff together? Like, pick out the photos for your new flyers.
Oh, we're not going to do another flyer.
Why not?
Well, because, Van, when you do your charming smile, it's a little frightening.
What? My charming smile is not frightening. It's warm and inviting.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Hello, I'm Dr. Beck. Whoa, you are having a sleep problem. Bags under your eyes, the puffiness. It's a good thing your daughter brought you in when she did.
She's my wife.
I know, I'm kidding. I treat sleep disorders with a sense of humor. It's a boring line of work and all I can do not to take my own life. I'm just grateful I'm not a dentist.
I happen to be a dentist.
Ah, once again, humor. I read your joke.
That's good.
So tell me how this all started.
Okay, about 3 months ago, Barbara Jean won this hamster at the school fair.
Yeah, I was the only one who knew how many jelly beans were in the jar. You know, I don't know how I do it. It's just a gift. Anyway, I named the hamster Elton because he looked like Elton John's hair.
Yeah, so anyway, we kept Elton in the bedroom, right? It's just what you want. Every classy bedroom has a small rodent spinning around in a wheel, an incredibly noisy wheel.
Well, I think I have your solution. Get rid of the hamster. We take all major credit cards.
We got rid of the hamster.
Yeah, Elton has his own room now. Way on the other side of the house, where if something were to happen, nobody could hear him scream.
He's a rodent. He doesn't scream, and he shouldn't be wearing sequins. Anyway, I still have trouble sleeping.
Okay. Now look, in situations like this, I usually like to come to your house and watch you sleep. Unfortunately, I'm wearing an ankle bracelet and cannot leave the premises. Once again, humor. So, yeah, I'm gonna give you this video camera, and I want you guys to record yourself sleeping.
Well, fortunately, our bedroom's already set up for the taping. Humor.
Yeah, not so much.
Hey, Mrs. H, if I get done with all the filing you gave me, can I go to the broker's open?
Oh, Van, I don't think you've had time to...
Done!
What?
I finished the filing.
You do realize it has to be alphabetical.
Yes.
Okay, quick. What comes between G and I?
Trick question, nothing.
Wrong.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Look, if you got it done that fast, you probably did it sloppy and made mistakes. I want you to refile them.
Oh, come on, Mrs. H. I'm not a child. Mr. McKenzie! Mrs. H won't let me go to the broker's open, and I finished all the filing she gave me and everything.
Reba, is this true?
Yes, because there's plenty of work for him to do here that he's more suited for. Can't believe you went over my head.
Mr. McKenzie, she's saying I went over her head.
If you do that one more time...
Okay, stop.
But I'm saying
If
it's
you
her
do it-
fault.
if
I
you-
didn't
I
finish all
told
my
you-
files.
Please.
But he
It's
said he
her
was going to...
Getting headache. Knock it off.
Now, do you want both of us to knock it off, or just her?
All right, now look. People are complaining. I've asked a therapist to come in. I want you both to talk with him tomorrow.
Therapy?
Yes, therapy. You'll go in, you'll talk it out. Maybe I can get this little vein to go back into my forehead.
Oh, with all due respect, sir, we don't need therapy.
Let me put this another way. You'll go see this guy, or you can both look for another job.
Well, if she's not going to be here, I mean...
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you.
I see what you've done.
Your fault.
It was your fault.
It was not.
It was too. It was all
Was
your
not.
fault.
Was not.
Oh, shut up.
I don't want to shut up.
I can still hear you.
It's his
Hers
fault.
fault.
What are you doing?
I'm arranging my emotions alphabetically.
Forget it. Look, I am very busy, so whatever this guy has to say, let's just go along with it so we can get out of here.
But I have issues.
Van, please, I am not in the mood.
Very closed off.
Hello. You two must be Reba and Van.
Hello.
How do you do? I'm David.
Merry Christmas, Dave.
And a Merry Christmas to you. But my name is David. My name is not Dave. I don't know why people think they can call me Dave. I came in here, I said, hello, my name is David, and yet you call me Dave. Please. My name is David. Okay. I've been going over your files, and I've read that you have been bickering a lot lately. Let's talk about that.
Well, I don't know if you call it bickering. It's just that we disagree.
Yeah, we disagree. For instance, I would call it bickering.
It's not bickering.
It is bickering.
It's not.
It is too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is too.
Okay. Just take this one at a time.
Okay, well,
I'll go first.
Van, why don't you go first?
Thank you.
Now, when it comes to working with Reba, how do you feel?
Well, I feel intimidated. I feel undervalued. I feel bad.
You had to write down that you feel bad?
Reba, please, go on, Van.
I feel that no matter what I do, I can't get any respect from her.
Respect?
Reba?
And I feel like I've done very well, and I'm grateful she gave me the job and all.
Gave me?
But I want a chance to shine too. But I can't because she gives me all the meaningless, boring stuff and keeps all the really cool stuff for herself, like the flyers.
Okay, I gotta talk now.
Okay, Reba. All right, very good, Van.
You hear that, Van? Good job.
Okay, first of all the stuff that Van sees as meaningless is really very important. And as for the flyers, Van, I had to make an executive decision because your smile is very frightening.
It is not frightening.
Yes, it is.
Is this frightening to you?
Look, Van, I'm not here to judge you. Okay, all right. Hey, okay. All right.
And I just feel because I married her daughter and I live at their house.
Wait. You're her son-in-law? And you live and work with her?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I got Shine pregnant at 17 and my parents disowned me, so where else was I supposed to go?
Well, I'm smelling an article in Psychology Today. All right, look, the two of you clearly have trust issues, and, who could blame you? So here's what we're going to do. This afternoon, I want the two of you to switch tasks.
What?
Yes! Victory, I win therapy.
All right, Van, this isn't helping.
But I have a full schedule full of very important things.
This is not a victory for Van. This is just an exercise in trust and compassion.
Exercise and trust. Trust me, he's an idiot.
Reba, relax. Okay? You go out this afternoon, you come back tomorrow, and we'll talk about this. It's going to go a long way to fixing your problems. All right? Now, good luck.
Well. Switching roles. Interesting. So I get to be irritable and hot-headed.
And I get to mess things up and be a big pain in the butt.
You know, that's just mean. I'm gonna tell Dave.
Last time, it's David. Do I call you that? Huh? That? Huh? Huh? That? Got it? That? Good luck.
He needs therapy.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was just finishing going over the tape.
Oh, can we get on with it? I'm exhausted.
Brock had another bad night.
Yeah, and I think I know why. Okay, first off, do you always wear that to bed, Mrs. Hart?
Oh, that old thing. I just threw it on. But thank you, Doctor.
Dear Lord, please bless Henry and Brock and Reba and Dr. Beck and all the poor people in the whole world and all the people in jail.
Yeah, this goes on for quite a while. you see how I keep my head down there, Doc? You play golf?
No, give me my remote. Okay, let's get to the sleep. Okay, so here we've achieved rapid eye movement, or as we call it, the REM state. Breathing is regular, Brock is drooling, all is well. Until... Hello.
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah, I bet that's how I got this bruise.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, the girls in the office love this next part. You know what would be funny during this? Cartoon music.
Oh, honey.
Oh, don't touch me.
I'm sorry. You know, I don't know why this could be happening.
It's called sleep rage.
Seriously, Doctor, why is she doing this to me?
Well, she must have some hidden resentment, something her conscious mind won't let her express.
Oh, no, I love Brock.
Well, on the tape, between blows, it sounded like you were saying something. So we isolated the audio and increased the volume, and this is what we heard.
Elton. Elton. Elton.
Elton? My hamster?
Are you kidding me? She's beating me in my sleep because of a stupid hamster?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my love for my hamster has turned me into a monster.
So there it is. She's beating you in her sleep because she's mad at you.
That's it?
Again, we take all major credit cards.
Well, doctor, what are we supposed to do about it?
Oh, this isn't a sleep issue. There's a marriage counselor across the hall.
Well, the first thing I'm going to tell that marriage counselor is how my big, strong man can take a punch. Ow.
And as you can see, we have a lovely wood-burning fireplace. Great for stretching.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. I'll take over from here. Hi, I'm Reba Hart. I'm the realtor for this property.
Cheater, I'm gonna tell Dave.
I don't care, and you're blowing it. First of all, there's a big truck out front. You're running your open house.
Excuse us, she's in therapy. Mrs. H, what are you doing here? I was supposed to handle this. I won therapy fair and square.
Look, Van, I'm sorry you're having issues, but this is a business, and I don't have time to play silly games when I'm responsible for this client's home.
For your information, these buyers are really interested. They've been checking out the house for over an hour. Hey, we'll be right there. Sorry.
Well, then you should be even more happy that I'm here to help you.
But I don't need your help. I need you to back off. I've been nothing but responsible from day one.
Really? How about getting my daughter pregnant?
I already did. Oh, I see what you mean.
Good. Because you're young, you make mistakes.
Yeah, but I correct them. I married Cheyenne, didn't I? I've been a great father and a great husband.
Yes, Dan, you are, in part because I was helping you. I was watching you.
But I don't need you watching me. Mrs. H, I'm not that kid that moved in 4 years ago. I'm a little bit more on the ball.
Dan, this is different. We're starting a new business. We can't afford any screw-ups. Our reputation is everything. We can't afford to let anything get past us.
But why do you think that I'm gonna screw up?
Because you're new. There are so many tricks in the business that you haven't learned yet. I'm the experienced one, so the buck stops here. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck with your open house, fan.
soup kitchen.
Cheyenne, I'm going to the park and I'm playing football with my friends. They're not homeless, but Clarence does live in his parents' garage.
Do you think you're too good to hang out with homeless people?
Yeah, kinda. Plus, I'm kinda busy, honey. That's why we make such a great team. See, you are selfless. Me, selfish. I don't sell fish. But wouldn't it be funny if I sold fish?
Fine, Van, go to your stupid football game. But you're always saying how you want me to include you in this part of my life, and every time I try to, you don't want anything to do with it.
I only said that so you let me finish watching the game. Have fun with your hobos.
Oh, hey, Cheyenne. I'm off to St. Louis.
Yeah, take my husband with you and leave him in that stupid arch.
Stupid? She thinks the arch is stupid? It is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
It is not.
It's one of the 7 wonders of my world, Reba. Now, anyway, while I'm off enjoying the Bowling Hall of Fame and the nation's best live banjo music, I'm gonna need you to do some things for me around the house.
Oily rags in a match? Got it.
Gosh, you are funny. Huh? Why are you still single, huh? Okay, here's my key. And I just need you to bring in the mail and water my plants. And most importantly, feed and walk my husband 3 times a day.
What?
Well, I can't just leave food out. He'll eat it all on the first day and then he'll go hungry the rest of the week. Anyway, Brock's on this all spinach diet, so it's gonna be real easy.
I'm not taking care of Brock. I didn't even like taking care of him when I owned him.
Baby doll, you better get a move on. You're gonna miss your flight.
Oh, they'll wait. I used to date the pilot. I was a flight attendant for 3 months. Now boarding, Barbara Jean.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and
Oh, the best thing about Barbara Jean being out of town, I don't have to lock the front door.
Hey, Reba.
Crap.
Trust me, I don't want to be here any more than you want me here.
That's impossible.
Listen, I just need to borrow your hot water bottle.
I've told you a million times, you can't use that thing as a whoopee cushion.
Right, yeah, no, it's for my back. It seems, I don't know, it feels a little off.
Yeah, you look kind of funny.
I do?
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because you always look funny. Are you laughing? Because that really wasn't one of my better zingers.
Oh. No, I'm not laughing. Oh, God, it hurts.
Oh, you're serious. Come on, I'm going to get you to the doctor.
Oh, no. That's not necessary. No, this will pass. Oh.
Oh, okay, all right. Come on, get in the car. Bad enough that I ignored her plans, so Barbara Jean will kill me if you croak.
Oh, excuse me, could you help me?
Oh, sure. You know, you remind me of my first wife.
Aw.
Except she was really ugly.
Oh, thank you. See, I'm volunteering here today, and I was just wondering who to talk to.
Well, don't talk to Spittin' Sammy. I think the reason is self-evident.
Hello there, can I help you?
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm Cheyenne Montgomery. I'm here giving him my time. I wanted my husband to come, but he's selfish. Yeah, he doesn't sell fish. Sorry, I'm nervous. I just start rambling.
Well, that's okay. I wasn't listening.
Anyway, it's just real important that I get rid of my anger. You know, it's important that I look happy. These people have led miserable, difficult, terrible lives, and my smile may be the only positive thing they'll see all day, perhaps in their lifetime. Hi, welcome to the shelter.
Hi, Sammy.
Oh, okay. So what can I do? I could serve soup, or I could talk to the men, or I could just be seen.
Oh, no, dear, that's my job. You can start washing dishes. When that's done, you can clean the toilets.
What? See, I was just hoping for something a little more out front.
Well, you can clean up the vomit in the doorway.
Is the kitchen that way?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Smile. Oh, you poor thing. You look terrible.
I do?
Oh, horrible. How long have you been on the street?
Well, actually, I was in the park.
Oh, so young. Such a shame. Are you hungry?
Yes, I'm starving. I'm always starving.
Well, I'm going to get you something to eat. You come sit right here. And I'll get you something, and I'll be right back.
Oh. This place is awesome. Surprised more people don't come here.
You remind me of my first wife.
Back off, pal. I'm married.
Dan?
Hey, honey. You look like the lunch lady.
What are you doing here?
Well, I thought about what you said, and I felt guilty. So I came down here to see if there's anything I could do to help.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Hey, do you have any crackers?
Dan! Don't eat that soup. That soup is for the hobos.
You know each other?
That's my husband.
What, the fish seller?
Come on in.
Dad, what's wrong?
Honey, the doctor said your dad has a kidney stone. Now, it's not dangerous, and it will go away by itself. But in the meantime, it's incredibly painful.
Did you just giggle?
No, I didn't.
Why would he eat kidney stones?
Oh, honey, He didn't eat them. It's just that he got them by eating way too much spinach.
I knew it. Vegetables are evil.
Jake, spinach is still good for you. You just don't want to eat too much of it because the minerals build up and it turns into glass that you pass through your wiener.
Wow, Dad. Spinach does that?
Yeah, there's an episode of Popeye you'll never see. I guess I'll head home.
But there's nobody there. I'm no doctor, but I think you need someone around when you shoot glass through your wiener.
I'll be fine, buddy. Oh, whoa!
I'm going with him.
No, you're not.
But he needs help.
I know. That's why he's staying here. Brock, you're sick. And you're going to stay right here until you get to feeling better. I don't care how long it takes. Come on.
Wait. Are you just saying this because you're looking forward to seeing me in pain?
No, although it is a perk. Come on. Barbara Jean, have you boarded your flight yet? Yeah, I know. You can't hurry them up. Yes, I'm sure if you had a gun, that'd move a lot faster, but you shouldn't say stuff like that out loud. Hello? Oh, yes, sir, officer. Yeah. I understand. By all means, question her. Well, Barbara Jean's gonna be a little late. Possibly 3 to 5 years late. So it looks like our happy little weekend's gonna be a little bit longer than we thought.
Oh, here it comes again. Oh, Mother of mercy, nothing feels like this.
Oh, Brock, please. I delivered 3 children.
Not through a straw, babe. Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, for the time being.
You want something to eat?
Oh, God, I can't even think about food right now.
Not even grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup?
Reba's famous grilled cheese sandwich. You still make it with mayo?
Of course. What am I, an animal?
All right. I'll see your 3 cans. And I'll raise you 1 left shoe. What do you got?
Hepatitis C. And a full house.
Ah, again? You're like the luckiest guy ever, homeless Joe.
Incoming!
Excuse me, when can I take a break?
When everyone has a home.
When everyone has a home. Oh, God, homeless! Oh.
Hey, Shine, you got any cans? If I don't start winning soon, we're gonna be homeless. Hey, John Doe. Tito!
Van, can I speak with you?
All right. Guys, I'll be back in 1 minute, but remember, if you need to take a bathroom break, use a bathroom, okay?
Look, Van, I am glad that you're having so much fun with the residentially challenged, but I am not, okay? For people who are supposedly starving, they sure do leave a lot of food on their plates.
Honey, what you're doing is important work, although you do have a piece of corn on your eyebrow.
Well, I'm sorry, Van, but I've been stuck back in that hellhole for 2 days straight cleaning up other people's messes. I was supposed to be out front, not back in the kitchen where nobody could see all the good work that I'm doing.
Well, isn't it enough that you know you're doing a good thing?
Well, I thought that it would be, Van, but no, it's not. I want everyone to know. I want to be showered with praise. I want them to lift me up on their shoulders or at least name a damn soup after me.
Well, I don't think volunteering works that way.
Maybe if it did, more people would do it. Just thought people would, like, at least pat me on the back or something.
Honey, sit down. I know you feel like what you're doing isn't important and it doesn't matter. But without you and other people like you who do all the hard, dirty work, these people wouldn't have a decent meal. Have a clean place to go or one moment of the day to feel safe, where they can forget about all their problems. What you do matters. Believe me, I know. I was once mistaken for a homeless person.
Honey, that's so sweet. Maybe you could buy me some flowers or something, you know, as like a symbolic gesture.
You got it.
Aw.
I'll do even better. I help you clean the dishes.
Really? Aw.
I'm next with the blonde.
Don't worry. He hit on me too.
Okay, Dad. I see you and Cheyenne and Kira. When did we have a big red dog?
That's not a dog, son. That's your mom's hair.
It was huge.
Yeah. Okay, if we're pointing out funny hairdos, look at this. That's what your dad was up to. Jake, have you ever heard of a mullet?
That is not a mullet.
It is too a mullet. And you had a Duran Duran t-shirt on. That's a double whammy.
You guys are laughing in all these pictures.
Yeah. So, how you feeling?
Pretty good, actually, pretty good.
You feel like something to eat?
Hey, listen, why don't you sit down? I'll go make us something for a change.
I got it. And I'll fill up your water bottle while I'm at it. Okay?
Thanks. See, son, here's the deal with a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. Ooh. Sweet.
What are you doing?
Making poker chips. I am deep in the hole. Mr. H is still here. That's nice of you.
No, not really. You know, I thought he was really gonna bug me, but actually, it's been kind of fun. To tell you the truth, I'm gonna be a little sad when he passes that stone and has to leave.
Yeah, that's gonna be something when he passes that stone. Yeah. Hey, Mrs. H, ask me what's so funny.
What's so funny, man?
He passed the stone yesterday.
What?
Well, I figure it's okay to tell you because you're getting along with him so well. Anyway, I better get to the shelter. It's beef stroganoff night, and I want to get in line before Spittin' Sammy.
Hey, Reba, why don't we watch Jeopardy? It's about to start.
Right, it's about to start. Hey, Jake, won't you go upstairs and let your dad rest? He's in a lot of pain.
No, not right now.
Soon, though.
I'll see you later, bud.
You know, I was just in the kitchen talking about you. Were your ears burning?
Oh, Reba, whoa, that hurts. Ow.
As much as your kidney stone did when you passed it yesterday?
Oh, wait, did I forget to tell you about that?
How can you be so selfish? I made you soup. I made you grilled cheese sandwich. I was nice to you.
Yes, you were, and that was the problem.
What the heck does that mean?
You know how whenever I'm over here, we're always throwing little digs at each other?
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
Okay, fine, I'm an idiot. But when I got sick, those little digs stopped. It's like you said, you were nice to me. I was nice to you. We laughed.
Yeah, but when we were laughing and being nice, you were lying.
Yeah, okay, fine. Look, that was wrong. But look, Reba, just hear me out for a second here, okay? I realize that we failed as husband and wife, okay? I get that. I accept it. But the thing I miss the most is our friendship. And for the last few days, it's like we had that back again.
I know. I miss it too. You know, it's weird. What's stopping us from moving on and being friends again?
I'm back.
Yeah, right.
Brock, thank goodness you're alive. Unlike my plants, thank you very much, Reba.
Well, Barbara Jean, I had to make a choice. Save your plants or save Brock. Sorry I blew it.
That's okay. And just to show you that there's no hard feelings, I'm gonna let you run the projector at my Meet Me in St. Louis slideshow extravaganza. It's tomorrow night, 7 to midnight.
Good deal. I'll bring you a big old bowl of spinach.
Oh.
Okay. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Are you Reba?
Yes.
I just won this house at a poker game.
Welcome to Barbara Jean's slideshow extravaganza. Here we are pulling into Houston Intercontinental Airport, or as some of you may know it, George Bush Intercontinental Airport. I thought we were supposed to park in this lot, but we were actually supposed to park in this lot. 3 tickets to St. Louis, please. Silly me, forgot to take off the lens cap. Lens cap, lens cap, lens cap.
Barbara Jean, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? It's a picture of the postcard I saw in the airport. Now, as some of you may know, St. Louis was once the shoe manufacturing center of the world. So I thought it might be fun to take some pictures of our trip from the point of view of our feet. Here we are on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, hoofing it to the Gateway Arch. 3 tickets to the arch, please.
Reba's trying to leave.
I am not. I was going to the bathroom.
There will be plenty of time for bathroom breaks during the first intermission.
You are so dead, Brock.
Oh, this is the homeless guy I met. Lens cap again. Hello there. Who's this happy fella? The St. Louis squirrels were very friendly. I thought this one looked like a young Bobby De Niro. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Guess who's here? Drum roll, please.
Wow, I didn't hear you coming up the driveway. Would have given me time to hide.
Oh, we don't play it outside. That would be rude to the neighbors.
Henry, you're a little loud.
Isn't he cute? Make sure he practices, Reba.
Practices. Won't you go practice in the living room, honey? Yeah, there you go. Barbara Jean, what were you thinking? Why didn't you just bring him over here with a set of bagpipes?
Reba, drummers get the chicks.
Henry, can you stop that for a moment?
Oh, he's in the middle of a song.
How can you tell? Seriously, Henry, I'm getting a headache.
The music will help you, Reba. Just let it wash over you.
I don't want it to wash over me. I want it to stop. Henry, knock it off! I guess the band took a little break.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids, who never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
I cannot believe you just yelled at my child.
That wasn't yelling. I was just trying to be heard over the drum solo.
Well, you're very tough when you're picking on a 4-year-old, Reba, okay? Why don't you try picking on me, all right? I'm not scared of you. Okay, maybe a little.
Look, he wasn't listening. I was just trying to give him a little discipline.
Yeah, well, you don't get to. He's not your son.
You discipline Jake.
Well, of course I do. Jake is my stepson. Technically, you're nothing to Henry.
Then why is he here in my house? Why are you here in my house? If I'm nothing to the both of you, why are you always here?
Well, we're here because we like you. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, if you're going to keep coming over here, and who are we kidding? You are. Then I need to be able to do something about Henry's behavior.
Fine, but I insist you do what we do. In our house, we reason with Henry.
You reason with him?
Yes.
I'm guessing he wins most of the time.
It's not about winning and losing. I mean, if I stuck my fingers in my ears and held my breath, I'd probably win a lot too.
Oh, Barbara Jean, I hear that same song and dance from the parent of every kid that acts like a brat.
Oh. Brat?
Yes.
Okay, so now you're calling Henry names. So you're a yeller and a name caller, but Henry's the problem.
No. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is... Great. That's just what your brain needs, less oxygen.
What time is it? Guy time!
Two men doing men things, getting the primal thing going.
So what is on the agenda today?
Something I guarantee you've never done before.
Dwarf tossing. Is it dwarf tossing? You did not rent a dwarf!
I had something a little more dignified in mind, Van. We are going to a day spa.
Yeah, right. What are we gonna do? Get our nails done?
Yeah, manicure, pedicure, massage. They call it the gentleman's fancy.
Mr. H, I know this question's a little late in our relationship, but, are you gay?
Men can care about their appearance, too. You know, and we should be secure enough in our masculinity to spend the day getting pampered.
Yeah, but Mr. H, I need to do something that can get rid of all the tension and aggression that builds up during the week. I mean, when I used to play football, I would get all my frustrations out. Then I got married. I had to bury it down deep. That's why I need to go bowling or toss a dwarf.
Trust me, Van. The spa experience will change your life.
All right.
All right.
But they don't mess with your hair, do they? Because Julio would scratch my eyes out.
Jake, didn't I tell you can't have your bat in the house?
But what if we're attacked?
What if I tan your hide?
Then I can fight you off with my bat.
Put it outside.
Ding dong.
Yes, you are.
Clever. What would you have said if I would have said knock knock?
I would have said you're a ding-dong. No drum, huh?
That is correct. This time, Henry is going to act like a little gentleman. But just to be sure, I am going to give him a gentle reminder. Observe the Barbara Jean method of parenting. Yo, remember Henry, the notorious SOC, the first pop of the hip-hop says, yo, 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 you gotta put your best foot forward, okay?
No!
Now, Henry, no is a bad word. That is why Mommy doesn't say it. Okay, so why don't you just say maybe? Okay?
No.
Okay, just one along with me, all right?
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with her, you rude lady. You're hurting me.
You smell like Brock's feet.
I am making discipline fun. See, I communicate with Henry using puppets and hip hop. I call it be good in the hood. Behave.
You're bananas.
Make fun, but it works. See, if he behaves for a day, he gets a blue sticker. And with 7 blue stickers, he can trade it in for a star sticker. And with 4 star stickers, he gets to be the mommy for a day.
Well, my daddy used to swat me with a switch. And if I talked back, I got upgraded to 2 more swats.
Well, that explains the temper.
No, Barbara Jean, that explains why when my daddy told me to do something, I did it.
Yeah, but that is so old school. Reba, there's a whole new loving world of parenting out there.
No. There's a whole world full of out-of-control kids because their parents don't tell them no.
Well, Henry is not out of control.
Henry did it.
Tell your puppet to get a broom. Okay, boys. What happened?
I was trying to put my bat outside and Henry grabbed it from me and swung it at me. By the way, strike 1.
Oh, Henry, why would you do that?
I didn't do it.
Oh, Henry. Reba, I am so sorry. I am going to handle this right now.
Thank you.
Okay, come here. Now, Henry, Mommy loves you, and we're still gonna go get ice cream. But if you ever do this again, I'm gonna have to take away a blue sticker. Okay, now you consider this your first lamp warning.
First lamp warning? He did something bad. He should be punished.
Reba, that is not the way to handle this. All the statistics show that punishment does not work. Your way only encourages violence.
Violence? He just beat my lamp to death with this bat.
And if he ever does it again, he'll get the proper sticker penalty.
Get out.
What?
Get out and take Chucky with you.
Reba, he is just a child. You cannot blame him for something like this.
Oh, I don't blame him. I blame you. Bad behavior comes from bad parenting.
Okay, you don't mean that.
I mean that, and I mean this too. Time to go.
Okay, well, I'm not leaving.
I'll give you till the count of 3. 1.
Reba, we need to talk about
2.
this. Okay, I'm not a child.
3.
Did you just spank me?
That's for talking back.
Okay, you know what? We are out of here.
That's the idea.
Jake, have you seen the glue? Elizabeth broke Mom's picture frame, and she's so mad about the lamp, I know she's gonna freak.
So tell her Henry broke it. That's what I did.
What?
Yeah. I broke the lamp. Henry took the fall. Sweet.
Hey, guys.
Mom, Jake broke the lamp and blamed it on Henry.
Hey, you're my sister. You're not supposed to rat me out.
Jake, why would you do that?
Henry never gets punished anyway, so I figured why not blame him? He gets ice cream, I don't get punished. It's all good.
No, it's not. Because you're grounded for a week for breaking the lamp and another week for lying to me.
2 weeks? I have Josh's birthday party next week.
You shouldn't have lied to me.
It's not fair.
You keep mouthing off at me, young man, and you won't see your birthday.
I hate it here.
Yeah, and I hate that I have to apologize to Barbara Jean.
What'd you do to Barbara Jean?
Oh, I spanked her. What happened to my picture frame?
Jake broke it.
Hey, so you did the warm milk bath, huh? How was that?
Oh, man. It was terrific. Hey, did you know if you pass gas and milk, the bubble takes like forever to reach the surface?
You should try it in a mud bath. I don't even know where it goes.
Oh, I'm really starting to get into this, Mr. H. Good guide time selection.
Thanks, pal. Hey, you know what? You should start calling me Brock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could try that. Brock. Sounds weird.
Oh, you'll get used to it.
No, I mean, you have a weird name. Sounds like a parrot. Brock. Brock.
See? I'm so relaxed that doesn't even bug me.
Like a bird that warns of danger. Brock!
Yeah, okay, Van. Hey. All right, come on. Oh. Van, wasn't I right? Isn't this great?
Oh, you know, I have to admit it. I have kept my masculinity intact and my skin is glowing. I look like a god.
Yeah, and you haven't even had the massage yet.
Okay, I'm Robert. I'll be your masseur. Thanks for running a little bit late, guys. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be right in.
All right.
Hello? I thought we were gonna have women rub us.
No, guys are stronger.
True. They're also guys.
Man, trust me. Look, you just admitted that I've been right so far. Besides, what are you afraid of? That if a guy rubs your back, you'll turn gay?
No. But what if I like it?
Who's first?
Him.
No, Van, you go. Hank is my guy.
Okay, then. Any problem areas?
No, I just needed to lie down. Thanks, Rob.
Van, look, give him the deep tissue shiatsu.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, oh. Can we just, ooh, there's the spot.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have Hank do a little extra on my upper back. I mean, my shoulders are all knotted up from picking up Henry.
You know, kids are funny. When I pick up Henry and then I pick up Elizabeth, she feels light as a feather.
Yeah, she's just a little bit of a thing, huh? She's cute as a button.
Yeah, so's Henry, though. Oh, we're lucky to have such great kids.
I can't imagine life without them. But you know, they're lucky too, Van. They've got two great dads who love them. Excuse me. Are you crying?
No.
Well, you don't have to stop rubbing.
Oh. I'm sorry. I just always get choked up when I hear people talk about their kids. It's like the one thing in my life I really feel like I'm missing.
Yeah, well, you're young. You got plenty of time yet.
Oh, I want to adopt. But Peter worries it'll be too hard for a child to grow up with gay parents. But look at you two.
Brock.
I mean, I realize people can be hurtful and ignorant, but we have so much love to offer a child. Meeting a gay couple who are so happy, it's like a miracle. You guys are perfect.
You know, Robert, we're not exactly perfect.
Yes, you are. You're perfect because you love your children. That's all anybody needs to do. God bless you.
Yeah, well, right back at you, Robert.
Oh, it's so great that you two still find time for each other. That's the key to a good relationship. Peter and I call that our guy time.
Yes, officer, I'd like to report an assault. Yes. My husband's ex-wife spanked me. Well, she's a redhead and I'm a blonde, but... What does that have to do with anything? She's here. Send help.
It's okay, Barbara Jean. I'm here to apologize.
Well, an apology won't take the red marks off my snowy white bottom.
come on. We both knew that the spanking was coming sooner or later. But you didn't deserve it today because apparently Jake was the one that broke the lamp.
Really?
Yes. As painful as it is for me to admit to you that I was wrong, and it is painful, very painful, I just think it's right that I'd be very honest with you. You deserve that.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm gonna start giving Henry the benefit of the doubt because I'm sure that it was Jake that did most of the stuff that I've been blaming Henry for.
Oh, Reba.
Oh, this is why all my clothes smell like Barbara Jean. Get back.
Oh, you don't understand. Jake's an angel. Henry is the devil.
What?
Oh, he's done tons of awful stuff at your house that we blamed on Van. The overflowing toilet, the oven, the dent in your car.
Henry did that?
With his head. And he steals. Reba, here's that earring you've been looking for. I put it back 3 times, but he keeps taking it.
Barbara Jean, you need to do something to Henry when he misbehaves. You have to discipline him with something other than blue stickers.
Well, the blue stickers are for when he's good. The red stickers are for when he's bad, although I'm thinking of getting rid of the stickers altogether. You know, I might just give him money.
You need to be firm with him, mean almost.
Yeah, but then he won't like me.
Would you listen to yourself? You're not supposed to be your kid's friend. You're his mother. It's your job. Do you think Jake is very happy with me right now? He did something wrong, and I had to punish him. I had to be strong. Even though he told me he hates to be with me.
Reba, Jake didn't mean that.
Well, the fact of the matter is, my little man is very mad right now. And although I know it'll pass in time, it's a very hard thing to hear.
Oh, Reba, it's okay.
I'm okay.
Just let it out.
I know, no.
Your little man, he loves you.
I know he does.
Just like, I know that Henry would still love me if I had to tell him no sometimes.
Yeah.
Even though I know how much it hurts when he's mommy for the day and he tells me no.
Why is being a mother so hard?
I know, I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. He's awake.
Smile. Oh, Cheyenne, do not be upset. You are still hot. You are like a bleached-out Jan Brady. January Jan Brady. Cheyenne crossed her arms, her lower lip trembling slightly. I am Marcia. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. Barbara Jean clapped her hands together, redirecting the attention back to her favorite subject. So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gymnasium and meet Jordan, my trainer. Seriously, he will change your life. I mean, he is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Reba raised an eyebrow, clearly skeptical. Whoa, the movies you are going to see? What does that have to do with you getting in shape? Oh, nothing, Barbara Jean said breezily, waving a hand in the air. We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan. No, Reba answered flatly. Oh, come on, Reba, Barbara Jean pleaded, pouting slightly. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. Boyfriend? She paused, her eyes widening in mock horror. Oh, whoops, that came out wrong. Oh. Reba took a slow sip of her green drink. Well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be here with my smoothie. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. Later that afternoon, Reba was wiping down the kitchen counters when Brock, her ex-husband and Barbara Jean's current husband, walked through the back door. He looked exhausted, his shoulders slumped and dark circles under his eyes. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean, he called out, expecting his wife. Reba turned around, raising an eyebrow. Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us. Brock looked disappointed to see Reba instead of his wife, though he quickly masked it. Oh, honey, I cannot. I am going to the gymnasium. Well, cannot you skip it just this once? Reba asked, adopting a mocking tone to imitate Barbara Jean. Come on. I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much. Really? Skip the gymnasium and eat French food? No confondu bras. Brock slumped into a chair at the kitchen table, running a hand over his face. Man, she blew me off again. All she wants to do is go down to the gymnasium and spend time with Jordan. Her trainer, Reba confirmed, leaning against the counter. Exactly, Brock sighed heavily. Frankly, I like the new appearance, but the new attitude not so much. Reba chuckled softly, unable to resist a small jab. Oh, that is really funny coming from the old you. Brock ignored the insult, his anxiety bubbling to the surface. Jordan is so great. Jordan is so toned and funny. Well, I have news for you. Nobody is toned and funny. Brock, you are overreacting, Reba said gently, walking over to sit across from him. Oh, really? Brock challenged, leaning forward. Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy. Reba stared at him, genuinely shocked. Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than you are, Brock rambled, pointing at Reba as if projecting his own insecurities onto her. Better looking and younger. But that is it, Reba interrupted, holding up a hand. Brock grabbed her hand, his eyes desperate. Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gymnasium and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me. Reba pulled her hand away, shaking her head vigorously. No way, you know. Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful. Yeah, right? Brock scoffed bitterly. Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of options. Reba felt a pang of sympathy for the man. Despite their history, seeing him so defeated was not pleasant. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. Brock threw his hands up in the air in sheer frustration. Oh, now there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba, making me to spy on those stupid. Hard to believe they are supposed to be good for you. Just then, Van walked into the kitchen, swinging his arms aggressively. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? Man, I love old people, Van continued, talking to nobody in particular. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth. Reba looked at Van, thoroughly confused by his energy. No, I am not going for my power walk. This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting completely wacko. What do you mean? Van asked, stopping his aggressive arm swinging. Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin. He probably does. Reba explained, the words feeling strange in her mouth. Van nodded sagely, leaning against the counter. What are you talking about? Guys are pigs. They are dogs. They are all animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. My point is that when you have a hot lady, you have to keep your guard up at all times. Cheyenne walked into the room just in time to hear Van's speech. She crossed her arms, looking deeply hurt. I used to. Van's eyes widened in panic. You used to? No, baby, do not take it like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Cheyenne glared at him, her voice trembling slightly. Well, I do not like it. She turned on her heel and stormed out of the kitchen. Van let out a long sigh. Where have you been? I went to get something to eat. Reba ignored Van's marital troubles, focusing back on the issue at hand. She turned to Ben, who was quietly eating a bowl of cereal at the table. So, Ben, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer? Ben took a moment to chew and swallow before answering, looking remarkably thoughtful for his age. Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean is not looking to play, there is no problem, and it is obvious Barbara Jean is not looking. Reba was intrigued. Why is this obvious? 2 reasons, Ben stated, holding up 2 fingers. Barbara Jean is not good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. Reba's eyes widened as the realization hit her like a freight train. Meet him. Barbara Jean had literally just begged her to come to the gymnasium and meet him. Oh, Reba gasped, grabbing her keys from the counter. Where are you going? Van asked. Go down to the gymnasium with the rest of the wackos, Reba declared, marching toward the door. All right, Van called after her. Well, keep those arms a-swinging. The gymnasium was exactly as Reba feared. It was loud, bright, and filled with incredibly fit people lifting heavy metal objects. The smell of rubber mats and exertion hung heavily in the air. Reba felt entirely out of place in her casual day clothes, navigating carefully past women running on treadmills and men grunting loudly on weight benches. Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here, Reba muttered to herself. You should see them naked in the shower. She wandered toward the back of the facility, looking for a familiar face. Finally, she spotted Barbara Jean sitting on a blue exercise mat. Standing over her was a tall, exceptionally well-built man with perfectly styled hair and a brilliant white smile. Oh, hey, Reba. You came, Barbara Jean called out, her face lighting up with genuine joy. Reba approached cautiously. Yeah. Hey, the man said, offering a warm smile. Jordan, Barbara Jean introduced him proudly. Hey. Ready to start, Barbara Jean? Jordan asked, his voice smooth and professional. Yeah, Barbara Jean agreed eagerly. Jordan looked at Barbara Jean's outfit. Hey, you look great in that outfit. Oh, well, the other woman is getting kind of baggy. Reba felt a sudden spike of protective irritation. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. Okay, drum machines and the impossibly toned bodies working on them. Thumping, rhythmic dance music pulsed from hidden speakers, providing a relentless heartbeat to the environment. Reba stood near the entrance, feeling entirely out of place in her casual denim and comfortable shoes. She clutched her purse tightly against her chest, her eyes darting nervously around the room. Oh, hey, Reba, you came. A bright, familiar voice called out over the heavy bass of the music. Reba turned to see Barbara Jean waving enthusiastically from across the room. She navigated her way through a maze of stationary bicycles and lifting benches, trying to avoid making eye contact with the intensely focused athletes. Yeah, Reba said cautiously as she approached. Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here. Barbara Jean leaned in close, a mischievous glint in her eye. You should see them naked in the shower. Reba grimaced, taking a half step back. Hey! Suddenly, a tall, incredibly muscular young man materialized beside Barbara Jean. He had perfect, styled hair, a blindingly white smile, and the kind of physique that looked as though it had been sculpted from marble. He wore a tight, moisture-wicking shirt that left nothing to the imagination. Jordan, Barbara Jean cooed, gazing up at him with unhidden adoration. Hey, Jordan replied, his voice smooth and confident. He flashed a brilliant smile, turning his attention to his client. Ready to start, Barbara Jean? Yeah, Barbara Jean agreed eagerly. Jordan looked her up and down, his eyes approving. Hey, you look great in that outfit. Barbara Jean practically melted onto the floor. She giggled, patting her flat stomach. Oh, well, the other woman is getting kind of baggy. She gestured toward Reba, completely unaware of the insult, lost in the glow of the compliment. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. To Reba's absolute horror, Barbara Jean enthusiastically gestured toward her own chest, bouncing on her heels. Oh, okay, Jordan. Reba quickly stepped forward, wanting to stop the display before it escalated any further. Jordan, this is my friend, Reba. Jordan turned his dazzling smile upon her, extending a massive, calloused hand. Hey, I am Jordan. Reba shook it tentatively, feeling as though her bones might be crushed. I am Reba. So, you going to join us, Reba? Jordan asked, his enthusiasm completely genuine. Reba tightened her grip on her purse. Oh, I do not know. I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a while. Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching, Jordan advised with a cheerful reprimand, clapping his hands together. You need to sweat a little. Yeah, but you guys got to understand, Reba started, feeling the need to defend her presence. It has been a while since I have been in a gymnasium like this, and I do not think. She was abruptly cut off by a sudden, loud greeting from Barbara Jean, who had somehow already maneuvered herself onto a large blue exercise mat on the floor. Hello, there. Reba turned her head, her eyes widening in pure shock. Jordan was kneeling behind Barbara Jean, gently but firmly pushing her left leg up toward her shoulder, demonstrating a level of flexibility that seemed medically impossible. Barbara Jean, you really are getting limber, Jordan praised, adjusting his grip. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Barbara Jean asked, her voice breathless but remarkably casual given the physical contortion. Remember when I did not want to? Jordan teased back, a playful tone in his voice. Reba stood frozen, her jaw practically resting on the floor. She watched the intimate, physical exchange with a rising sense of panic. She took a step closer, pointing a trembling finger at the tangled limbs. Is that legal? I mean, necessary? Jordan looked up, not missing a beat. It is critical to stretch the muscles out before you exercise them. Yeah, Barbara Jean agreed softly, her eyes closed in concentration. Otherwise, you could really hurt something, Jordan added, gently lowering her leg back to the mat. He tapped her lightly on the shoulder. Turn over. Barbara Jean flipped onto her stomach with surprising agility. She propped herself up on her elbows and looked directly at Reba, an intensely serious expression on her face. Reba, you need to watch this one. This one is my favorite. Reba swallowed hard, unable to look away, despite every instinct telling her to run. All right, she murmured, bracing herself. Jordan moved into position behind Barbara Jean once again. He placed his hands on her back, applying a steady, rhythmic pressure, leaning into the stretch. Now, this gives a good stretch to the back and chest muscles. He pushed down slightly harder, ensuring proper form. Really should do this once a day. Barbara Jean let out a soft, relaxed sigh. Oh, I would do it all day if I could. The air around Reba suddenly felt incredibly thin. The bright lights seemed to pulse in time with the thumping music. She wiped a sudden bead of sweat from her forehead. Is this one of these, gymnasiums that has the heat on real high? I am sweating. Okay. Jordan stepped back, clapping his hands together briskly. The sound echoed sharply over the music. Oh wow, time for some weightlifting. Reba practically gasped with relief. Oh good, that is enough of that stretching. Barbara Jean hopped up from the mat, energized and ready for the next phase. Hello, okay. Jordan gestured toward a rack of heavy, iron dumbbells. Knock this out. Yeah, okay. All right. Barbara Jean agreed, marching over to the weights with the determination of a seasoned warrior. Reba watched her friend pick up the heavy metal with ease, feeling entirely overwhelmed by the entire spectacle. The intimacy, the touching, the sheer physical intensity of the environment, it was entirely too much to process. She backed away slowly, shaking her head. I think I have seen enough. Jordan noticed her retreating and jogged over, wiping his forehead with a towel. So, what do you think? You have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Reba looked at him, her defenses raised high. She managed a weak, sarcastic smile. Only if he takes me out to dinner first. Are you sure, Reba? Barbara Jean called out from across the room, curling a dumbbell with impressive form. Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I have ever had. Reba winced internally at the word, relationships. She looked from Barbara Jean back to Jordan, making a firm decision. Oh, I think Jordan has his hands full with you. Oh, you are a beginner, Reba? Barbara Jean reasoned brightly, pausing her workout to offer some helpful advice. You will start with Dot. She cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted across the crowded room, her voice carrying over the heavy machinery. Dot. Yeah. Reba watched as a woman stepped out from behind a massive leg press machine. Dot was a towering figure of pure, intimidating muscle. She had closely cropped hair, arms the size of tree trunks, and an expression that suggested she chewed gravel for breakfast. She cracked her knuckles loudly as she approached. Barbara Jean beamed, completely oblivious to Reba's rising terror. This is Reba. She seems a little tense. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. Dot cracked her neck, stepping into Reba's personal space. Her voice was a low, terrifying growl. Hey, get down there. Reba fled. She did not walk. She did not jog. She executed a desperate, tactical retreat through the mirrored maze and out the glass doors, gasping for the fresh, unair-conditioned air of the parking lot. Back at the house, Brock was pacing a trench into the living room carpet. The moment the front door opened, he spun around, his eyes locking onto Reba. He practically vibrated with anxious energy. So, did you see him? Brock demanded, closing the distance between them in 3 long strides. What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Reba dropped her purse onto the chair, taking a deep, steadying breath. She looked at Brock, her mind flashing back to the sculpted muscles of Jordan and the terrifying presence of the female trainer. He is big, but he is not as big as Dot. Brock waved his hand impatiently, entirely unconcerned with anyone named Dot. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Reba hesitated. She collapsed onto the sofa, burying her face in her hands. The image of the leg stretching exercise was burned into her retinas. She looked up at her ex-husband, her voice laced with genuine concern and a touch of horror. Look, Brock. I was hoping that I could go down to the gymnasium and check things out and come back and tell you that there is nothing to worry about. But Brock let out a strangled cry, his worst fears suddenly validated. That is it, he shouted, throwing his arms in the air. Reba! Barbara Jean's voice echoed loudly from the front door. She marched into the living room, her face flushed with anger, her gym bag slung aggressively over her shoulder. Come on. Reba stood up, raising her hands defensively. Okay, I do not know if they are having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Brock staggered backward, clutching his chest as if he had been physically struck. The dramatic declaration hung in the air, thick and heavy. He pointed an accusing finger at his wife. Man, I knew there was something going on. Barbara Jean stopped dead in her tracks, looking from Reba to Brock, her expression morphing from anger to utter confusion. She put a hand on her hip. Hey, everybody. I am here, and I am saying, well. She looked at Brock, trying to maintain a semblance of normalcy. Oh, hi, honey. Brock's face turned a deep, furious shade of red. He stepped forward, his voice trembling with righteous indignation. Do not you hi honey me. What are you talking about? Barbara Jean asked, her brow furrowing in genuine bewilderment. Oh, man, Brock groaned, turning away in disgust before spinning back to face her. Did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? Barbara Jean's mouth dropped open. She stared at him, completely flabbergasted. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Brock scoffed, a bitter, harsh sound. He turned to Reba, desperate for backup. Reba, tell him what you saw. Reba took a large step backward, wanting nothing more than to sink into the floorboards and disappear. I do not want to get involved. She said you are having an affair, Brock continued, his voice rising in panic and anger. Reba squeezed her eyes shut, immediately regretting every decision that had led her to this moment. Any more than I already am, she muttered under her breath. Barbara Jean drew herself up to her full height, her posture suddenly rigid. She looked Brock dead in the eye, her voice ringing with absolute, unshakable certainty. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. He is gay. The room fell into a sudden, stunned silence. The ticking of the grandfather clock in the hallway suddenly sounded incredibly loud. Brock froze, his finger still pointing in the air. His mouth opened and closed silently, like a fish out of water. What? Reba stepped forward, entirely unconvinced, her mind flashing back to the intimate stretching on the blue mat. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Barbara Jean demanded, her voice echoing off the walls. Brock gasped, clutching his chest again, his jealousy flaring back to life with terrifying speed. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts. He is gay, Barbara Jean repeated firmly, emphasizing each word. He wasn't touching them, Reba interjected quickly, trying to clarify the horrifying visual for her own sanity. He was arranging them. She threw her hands up, deciding she had reached her absolute limit for the day. Carry on with your lives. She turned and marched toward the kitchen, desperate for the quiet sanctuary of the refrigerator, empty or not. No, Reba. Barbara Jean's voice stopped her dead in her tracks. The anger was gone now, replaced by a profound, trembling hurt. Everything is not fine. Reba turned slowly. Barbara Jean was staring at her, tears pooling in her eyes. The confident, boisterous woman from the morning had vanished, leaving behind someone incredibly vulnerable. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me, Barbara Jean said, her voice cracking slightly. She gestured toward herself. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus. Reba sighed deeply, rubbing her temples to ward off an impending headache. The phallus. The girls, Barbara Jean corrected quickly, sniffing back a tear. Oh, the puppies. Reba looked at her, her voice softening slightly. I am not threatened by you. Really? Barbara Jean challenged, crossing her arms defensively. Yeah, Reba confirmed, meaning it. Then why did you go down to the gymnasium? Barbara Jean asked, her voice tinged with betrayal. What, were you spying on me? Reba hesitated, feeling the weight of the confession. She looked at Brock, who was staring fixedly at the carpet, refusing to make eye contact. Reba took a deep breath. No. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gymnasium because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you think that? Barbara Jean asked, her voice a fragile whisper. Because you have changed? Reba stated simply, laying the truth bare. I have not, Barbara Jean protested, shaking her head vehemently. Yes, you have, Reba countered, her tone firm but not unkind. She stepped closer, explaining the reality of the situation. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. The silence returned, heavy and uncomfortable. Then, quietly, from the corner of the room, Brock spoke up. Hello? I have always been that way. He looked up, a sheepish expression on his face. She kind of got a point there. Barbara Jean looked at him, then back at Reba. A slow realization dawned on her. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean, Reba continued gently. Yeah, Barbara Jean agreed, her voice soft and reflective. The way you guys look at me. She touched her face, looking at her husband and her best friend. I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded. Brock looked at his wife, truly seeing her for the first time in weeks. He saw the same passionate, dramatic, loving woman he had married, just wrapped in a different package. A wave of profound guilt washed over him. He stepped forward, reaching out a hand. I know she might be right. Could be us. I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is. Reba started to protest the unfair blame, but stopped herself. She saw the fragile bridge of reconciliation forming between them and decided to take the high road. She took a deep breath, offering her own olive branch. Look, Barbara Jean, the truth is I think I went down to the gymnasium almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong. Reba confessed, her voice remarkably honest and vulnerable. You know, anything, so I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. She offered a small, sincere smile. So, I am sorry. Barbara Jean stared at her, processing the confession. Sorry? Yeah, Reba nodded. Suddenly, a massive, radiant smile broke across Barbara Jean's face. The tears vanished, replaced by an overwhelming wave of joy. She clapped her hands together in absolute delight. This is great. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me. Reba's eyes widened in sheer horror. She took a quick step back, violently rejecting the concept. I do not want to be you. I know, Barbara Jean squealed, stepping forward and throwing her arms wide open. It is even better. You want to look like me. Reba stared at the beaming, newly confident woman before her. The nightmare had truly become reality. She slowly turned around, her spirit completely broken. Hey, where are you going? Barbara Jean called out happily. Just going to go grab something to eat, Reba replied, not looking back as she headed straight for the front door. I will see you next year. Upstairs, far removed from the dramatic revelations in the living room, Van sat on the edge of the bed in the master bedroom. He was staring blankly at the dark television screen, a profound sense of sadness settling over his broad shoulders. The earlier argument with Cheyenne weighed heavily on his heart. He grabbed the remote control, intending to turn on a sports game to distract himself. The door creaked open slightly. Ben peeked his head into the room, holding a small toy. Hey, buddy, what are we watching? The boy asked quietly. Van sighed, setting the remote down on the nightstand. No, we are not. Ben stepped fully into the room, determined to cheer up his brother-in-law. He held up his fist. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Van looked at the boy, a small, tired smile touching his lips. Let us go. They faced each other, fists raised. You are going to pick scissors, are not you? Van asked, his voice gentle. Ben grinned mischievously. Get out, he yelled playfully, running back out into the hallway. Van chuckled softly, the brief interaction lightening his mood slightly. He leaned back against the pillows, staring up at the ceiling. A moment later, the bedroom door opened again. This time it was Cheyenne. Van sat up instantly, his heart leaping in his chest. Hey, honey. Hey, baby, Cheyenne replied softly. She stepped into the room, closing the door quietly behind her. Her voice was hesitant, laced with an unfamiliar insecurity. I need to talk to you. Van patted the space next to him on the bed, eager to make things right. Oh, honey, I just got the television. Cheyenne walked over slowly, keeping her head down. Well, I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty because I do not do enough to keep your interest. Van's eyes widened in genuine shock. He reached out, taking her hand gently. No, honey, you were way hot. Guilty. He spoke the word like a solemn oath, his eyes filled with absolute sincerity. Cheyenne finally looked up, and Van's breath caught in his throat. Perched somewhat awkwardly on her head was a short, dark, incredibly stylized wig. It was a dramatic departure from her natural, flowing blonde hair. She looked entirely different and utterly uncomfortable. But anyway, Cheyenne continued, her voice trembling slightly as she touched the edge of the synthetic hair. I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig. Van stared at her for a long moment. He saw the doubt in her eyes, the fear that she was no longer enough for him. A deep, powerful wave of love and protective instinct washed over him. He reached up, his large hands incredibly gentle as he lifted the wig from her head. Cheyenne, put that down, Van said softly, his voice thick with emotion. He tossed the artificial hair onto the floor, his eyes never leaving hers. He leaned forward, taking both of her hands in his. Listen to me. I think it is a good thing that when I look at you, I do not see the beautiful girl with the killer bod. I see my wife. He smiled, a warm, reassuring expression that reached all the way to his eyes. And I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out, or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas. Cheyenne's eyes filled with tears, but this time, they were tears of profound relief and overwhelming happiness. A small, trembling smile touched her lips. Really? Yeah, Van whispered, reaching up to brush a stray strand of her natural blonde hair behind her ear. You are beautiful to me because of who you are. Cheyenne let out a soft, watery laugh, feeling a massive weight lift from her shoulders. She leaned her forehead against his, her heart overflowing with love for the earnest, sometimes clumsy, but fiercely devoted man before her. I feel kind of stupid. Van chuckled, wrapping his arms securely around her waist. He pulled her close, resting his chin on her head. That is also who you are, and I love it. He stood up, pulling her gently with him. He looked down into her eyes, his expression turning playful and deeply romantic. Come on, you. Cheyenne smiled, wiping a joyful tear from her cheek. Where are we going? Van swept her up into his arms, carrying her effortlessly. He beamed down at her, his heart full. Oh, we are going upstairs. Cheyenne laughed, wrapping her arms tightly around his neck, burying her face in his shoulder. Hold on. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone. Van carried her toward the door, his steps light and purposeful. He looked down at the beautiful woman in his arms, the only woman he would ever truly see. Sometimes, Van murmured, his voice a low, happy rumble in his chest, I want to feel new pretty. The morning sun cast a warm, golden glow through the expansive windows of the suburban kitchen, illuminating dust motes that danced lazily in the air. The house was usually a sanctuary of controlled chaos, a place where the scent of brewing coffee and toasted bread promised a gentle start to the day. Today, however, there was a palpable tension hovering over the kitchen island. Two figures stood facing each other, their eyes locked in a battle of wills. The pantry doors hung wide open, revealing shelves that were astonishingly, tragically bare. It was as if a gentle but thorough tornado had swept through the kitchen, taking with it every snack, every box of cereal, and every easily accessible carbohydrate. "That woman is out of control," a voice grumbled, breaking the heavy silence. "She is like a locust. She has eaten everything in the house." The speaker gestured dramatically toward the empty shelves. It was a sight that defied logic. The sheer volume of missing food was staggering. "She has eaten everything in Mr. H's house," another voice chimed in, pointing a trembling finger toward the center of the dining table. "Look, even the salt and pepper shakers are empty. Why do you not just tell her she has eaten too much? You tell her." "No, you tell her. Rock, paper, scissors. Ben, you know you are going to lose." Ben, a young man with a persistent streak of stubbornness, squared his shoulders. The ancient game of conflict resolution was about to commence. He raised his fist, his eyes narrowing with sheer determination. He had analyzed his opponent's patterns, calculated the probabilities, and felt a surge of unwarranted confidence. "Not this time," Ben declared, his voice ringing with false bravado. "1, 2, 3. Hands flashed in the morning light. Ben's fingers extended outward into a sharp V shape, forming the scissors. His opponent's hand slammed down flat, forming the impenetrable rock. Rock crushes scissors. The law of the game was absolute and unforgiving. "Dang it!" Ben cried out, his shoulders slumping in immediate defeat. "How do you always beat me?" "Because you always pick scissors," came the smug, immediate reply. "Of course I do, it is my system," Ben argued, trying to salvage his dignity. He firmly believed in his system, even if historical data proved it to be entirely flawed. "So you will tell her?" "Yeah, fine," Ben sighed heavily, staring at his defeated fingers. Then, a wave of panic washed over him. "No, I do not want to." "You tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please." The begging was relentless, a desperate plea to avoid the impending confrontation. "No, Ben, why should I tell her?" "Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks," Ben reasoned, his logic slightly twisted but earnestly delivered. He paused, looking at his companion with a sudden, appreciative gleam in his eye. "By the way, you have been looking hot lately." "Oh, you?" the companion replied, a blush coloring her cheeks despite the absurdity of the situation. Flattery, it seemed, was an excellent distraction. Before the debate could escalate further, the kitchen door swung open, and the matriarch of the household stepped in. Reba was a woman who carried the weight of the world on her shoulders but did so with an effortless grace and a sharp, undeniable wit. In her hands, she held a large, square cardboard box that radiated heat and the unmistakable, glorious aroma of baked dough, melted cheese, and rich tomato sauce. "Look, sweetie, why do I not tell her?" Reba offered, sensing the tension and immediately taking charge. "Thank you," the two cowards chimed in unison, relief washing over their faces. Reba set the box down on the counter with a triumphant thud. Hey, 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 guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to?" The mention of the local pizzeria owner brought a small smile to the room. Luigi was known for his generous heart and his legendary crust. "Luigi does not have to roll it out of the bed every morning," a voice noted dryly, eyeing the greasy box. "You know, Mom, we really do not need another pizza. I mean, it is really just the three of us." Reba waved her hand dismissively, though a flicker of guilt crossed her eyes. She knew the household had been consuming entirely too much takeout lately. Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free. Somebody will eat it. Almost instantly, an enthusiastic voice echoed from the hallway. Dibs. Reba leaned against the counter, looking at her family with a sudden, serious expression. You know what, Mom? I am thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. The suggestion hung in the air, foreign and slightly alarming. Health was a concept often discussed but rarely practiced with any real enthusiasm in this house. What are you talking about? An older woman, Mrs. H., interjected defensively. I am very healthy. As she spoke, she was casually holding a large, sugary pastry, bringing it closer to her mouth with every passing second. All right, that is it, Mrs. H. Drop it, Reba commanded, her voice firm but laced with genuine concern. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Mrs. H. looked completely bewildered, clinging to the pastry as if it were a life raft. Mrs. H., I cannot stand to see you do this to yourself, Reba continued, her tone softening into a plea. It is like you are trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What is different? Before Mrs. H. could formulate a defense for her pastry consumption, a sudden, high-pitched, an incredibly energetic voice pierced the air from the front entryway. You who? I am here, and I am thin. The entire kitchen froze. All eyes turned toward the doorway. Standing there, radiating an almost blinding level of self-satisfaction, was Barbara Jean. For years, Barbara Jean had been a woman of substantial presence, both in personality and physical form. But the woman standing in the doorway now was transformed. She was slender, toned, and wearing an outfit that looked like it belonged on a fitness magazine cover. Yeah, thin as a stick, and dumb as one, someone muttered under their breath, unable to process the shocking visual change. Yikes, another whispered, staring wide-eyed. What is eating Cooper grape? Look at that, they look like the number 10. Reba closed her eyes tightly for a moment, shaking her head. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare. But the voice returned, louder and more insistent, shattering the illusion of a bad dream. You who? I am here, and I am thin. And the nightmare continues, Reba muttered to herself. The sound of music seemed to play in the background of Reba's mind, a familiar anthem of her life. My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I want to be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops. With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter, I am a survivor. The morning routine dragged on, the shock of Barbara Jean's new appearance settling heavily over the family. The kitchen was once again the center of activity. Mom, make us some pancakes, a hopeful voice requested, dreaming of fluffy batter and warm syrup. Reba, now fully committed to her newfound mission of health, shook her head resolutely. No, I am making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I am taking a power walk. The collective groan from the room was entirely predictable. Power walk? A young man named Van scoffed. He was a lovable but remarkably oblivious member of the extended family. Oh, forget your power cane. Van, that is not nice. His wife, Cheyenne, scolded gently. Mom does aerobics. She could shatter her hip? Van pointed out, entirely missing the reprimand in Cheyenne's voice. Reba glared at him while pouring a strange, thick, green liquid into a blender. And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless. Just then, Barbara Jean practically skipped back into the kitchen, her energy levels annoyingly high. Hey, everybody, I am here and I am. Oh, shut up and have a donut, someone muttered, pushing a pastry box across the counter. Barbara Jean gasped in mock horror, placing a hand over her heart. Oh, Reba, you are not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies. Are you? Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbohydrates. Reba stopped the blender, the awful noise grinding to a halt. Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle. But seriously, there has to be some sort of... She paused, noticing the entire room had gone silent. Every single person was staring at Barbara Jean, completely captivated by her new figure. Will you stop staring at her? What? Van asked, blinking innocently. We have been staring at her for, the past 2 hours. Well, she is pretty, someone offered weakly. Barbara Jean beamed, soaking in the attention like a flower in the sun. I am pretty. Reba sighed. Well, of course you are. You have always been pretty. But she is new pretty. Van, never one to filter his thoughts, nodded vigorously. Oh, Van, that is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife, Reba warned, seeing the trap Van was walking into. But Van was oblivious. Van, you really think that I am new pretty? Barbara Jean asked, fluttering her eyelashes. Oh, yeah, Van said with absolute sincerity. You are like a bleached-out Halle Berry. Barbara Jean looked incredibly flattered. Thank you. You are welcome, Van replied proudly. I am going to go make some calls. As Van left the room, another family member stepped forward, their curiosity getting the better of them. So, Barbara Jean, yeah, is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight, you want to do, bounce? Bounce. Van, Cheyenne cried out, having re-entered the room just in time to hear her husband's incredibly inappropriate question. Van looked at his wife, realizing he had made a terrible mistake. He rushed to comfort her, his hands waving frantically. Oh, Cheyenne, do not be upset. You are still hot. You are like a bleached-out Jan Brady. January Jan Brady. Cheyenne looked horrified. I am Marcia. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. She turned and stormed out of the kitchen, deeply offended by the comparison to the middle sister of the famous television family. Barbara Jean, entirely unaffected by the marital drama unfolding around her, turned her attention back to Reba. So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gym and meet Jordan, my trainer. Seriously, he will change your life. He is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. She paused, a dreamy look entering her eyes. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Reba raised an eyebrow, the blender pitcher still in her hand. Whoa, the movies you are going to see? What does that have to do with you getting in shape? Oh, nothing, Barbara Jean giggled. We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. Whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan. No, Reba said flatly, her tone leaving no room for negotiation. Oh, come on, Reba. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. Barbara Jean clapped a hand over her mouth, her eyes widening in feigned shock. Boyfriend? Oh, whoops, that came out wrong. Reba stared at her, unimpressed by the slip of the tongue. Oh, well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be here with my smoothie. Reba poured the thick, green sludge into a glass and took a tentative sip. She forced a smile, though her eyes watered. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. Later that afternoon, the house was quieter. Reba found Barbara Jean in the living room, meticulously organizing a gym bag. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean. Reba approached softly, hoping to mend a bridge. Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us. Barbara Jean looked up, her expression regretful but firm. Oh, honey, I cannot. I am going to the gym. Well, cannot you skip it just this once? Reba pressed, trying to inject some warmth into her voice. Come on. I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much. Barbara Jean laughed a bright, tinkling sound that seemed entirely new. Really? Skip the gym and eat French food? No can fondue bra. She slung the bag over her shoulder and practically danced out the front door, leaving Reba standing alone in the living room. A few moments later, Brock, Barbara Jean's husband and Reba's former husband, walked into the room. He looked older than usual, a deep frown etched into his face. His shoulders were slumped, and he carried an aura of profound misery. Man, she blew me off again, Brock complained, falling heavily onto the sofa. All she wants to do is go down to the gym and spend time with Jordan, her trainer. Exactly, Reba nodded, taking a seat in a nearby armchair. Frankly, I like the new but the new attitude not so much. Brock shot her a sarcastic glare. Oh, that is really funny coming from the old but. Reba ignored the insult. They had been insulting each other for years, and it had lost its sting. Jordan is so great. Jordan is so toned and funny, Reba mimicked, rolling her eyes. Well, I got news for you, Brock stated grimly. Nobody is toned and funny. Rob, you are overreacting, Reba said, trying to be the voice of reason. Oh, really? Brock leaned forward, his voice dropping to an intense whisper. Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy. Reba let out a loud, genuine laugh. Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than you are, better looking and younger. But that is it, Brock interrupted, slapping his hands on his knees. Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gym and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me. Reba stared at him in sheer disbelief. No way, you know. Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful. Yeah, right? Brock scoffed, pacing the room nervously. Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of options. Reba stood up, walking over to him and placing a comforting hand on his arm. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. Brock looked at her as if she had suggested he jump off a bridge. Oh, now there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba makes me want to spy on those. Stupid. He stomped off toward the kitchen, mumbling to himself. Reba watched him go, feeling a mixture of pity and annoyance. She picked up her glass of green sludge and took another painful sip. Hard to believe they are supposed to be good for you. Outside, the sun was bright, and the neighborhood was quiet. Reba stepped out onto the porch, determined to take her promised power walk. She spotted Mrs. H down the street, moving with surprising speed. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? Reba called out. Mrs. H waved enthusiastically, her arms pumping in exaggerated motions. Van walked out onto the porch beside Reba, holding a large sandwich. Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth. Reba sighed, her enthusiasm for exercise completely draining away. No, I am not going for my power walk. This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting wacko. What do you mean? Van asked through a mouthful of bread and meat. Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin. He probably does. What are you talking about? Reba frowned. Guys are pigs, Van stated matter-of-factly, entirely unbothered by including himself in the generalization. They are dogs. They are all animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. He took another massive bite of his sandwich, immensely pleased with his own metaphor. My point is, Van continued, chewing loudly, is that when you got a hot lady, you got to keep your guard up at all times. I used to. Reba looked at him sharply. You used to? Van realized he was entering dangerous territory again. No, baby, do not take it like that, he said quickly, looking around as if Cheyenne might materialize from the bushes. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Reba shook her head slowly. Well, I do not like it. Where have you been? Brock walked back out onto the porch, looking slightly calmer but holding a large, greasy bag of fast food. I went to get something to eat. Reba looked from Brock to Van, realizing she was surrounded by foolish men. So, Ben, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer? She asked, turning to the young man who had just stepped outside. Sure, this guy could be hot for Barber Jean, Ben reasoned logically, adjusting his glasses. But since Barber Jean is not looking to play, there is no problem, and it is obvious Barber Jean is not looking. Why is this obvious? Brock demanded defensively. 2 reasons, Ben stated, holding up 2 fingers. Barber Jean is not good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. Reba, if she were fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. Silence descended upon the porch. Reba's eyes widened as Ben's logic settled over her. She thought back to the conversation in the kitchen. She remembered Barber Jean practically begging her to come to the gym to meet Jordan. She remembered the slip of the tongue, calling him her boyfriend. Meet him, Reba whispered, the realization hitting her like a ton of bricks. Oh, Brock gasped, putting the pieces together. Where are you going? Reba had already turned and was marching down the driveway with military precision. Go down to the gym with the rest of the wackos. All right, Van cheered, raising his sandwich in a salute. Well, keep those arms a-swinging. The gymnasium was an assault on the senses. The air was thick with the smell of rubber mats, citrus cleaner, and intense physical exertion. Pumping electronic music pulsed through massive speakers, vibrating the floorboards. Everywhere Reba looked, perfectly sculpted bodies were moving rhythmically, lifting heavy metal plates, running on endless conveyor belts, and stretching into seemingly impossible contortions. Reba felt entirely out of place in her casual clothing, surrounded by neon spandex and perfectly coordinated athletic wear. She navigated through the sea of intimidating machinery, her eyes scanning the room for a familiar face. Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here, Reba muttered to herself, avoiding a man who was groaning loudly under a massive barbell. You should see them naked in the shower. Finally, she spotted her. Barber Jean was lying on a blue mat in the corner, wearing a bright pink outfit that left very little to the imagination. Standing over her was a man who looked like he had been carved out of marble. He was tall, intensely muscular, and possessed a smile that belonged in a toothpaste commercial. This must be Jordan. Reba took a deep breath, pasted a fake smile on her face, and marched over. Oh, hey, Reba, you came, Barber Jean beamed, looking up from the floor. Yeah, Reba said tightly, her eyes darting between Barber Jean and the trainer. Hey, Jordan, the man said, offering a firm, perfectly tanned hand. Hey, Reba replied, shaking his hand cautiously. Ready to start, Barber Jean? Jordan asked, his voice smooth and encouraging. Yeah, Barber Jean agreed, scrambling to her feet with surprising agility. Hey, you look great in that outfit, Jordan complimented smoothly. Oh, well, you know, the other woman is getting kind of baggy, Barber Jean giggled, blushing deeply. Reba felt a surge of nausea. She turned to an imaginary audience, her eyes wide. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. Okay, Jordan. Barber Jean, oblivious to Reba's internal monologue, performed formal introductions. Jordan, This is my friend, Reba. Hey, I am Jordan. I am Reba. Jordan clapped his hands together, radiating enthusiasm. So, you going to join us, Reba? Reba took a step back, holding up her hands defensively. Oh, I do not know. I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a while. Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching, Jordan admonished gently, wagging a perfectly manicured finger. You need to sweat a little. Yeah, but you guys have got to understand, it has been a while since I have been in a gym like this, and I do not think. Before Reba could finish her excuse, Jordan turned his full attention to Barbara Jean. Hello, there, Barbara Jean, you really are getting limber. What happened next made Reba's jaw drop to the floor. Jordan grabbed Barbara Jean's leg and pulled it upward with astonishing force, bending it back until her foot was resting firmly over his shoulder. They were standing mere inches apart, their bodies entangled in a stretch that looked less like exercise and more like a scene from an intimate, entirely inappropriate movie. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Jordan asked, smiling warmly. Remember when I did not want to? Barbara Jean laughed, leaning into the stretch. Reba stammered, her face turning crimson. Is that legal? I mean, necessary? It is critical to stretch the muscles out before you exercise them, Jordan explained calmly, not breaking eye contact with Barbara Jean. Yeah, otherwise you could really hurt something. Turn over. Barbara Jean dutifully flipped over onto her stomach. Reba, you need to watch this one, Barbara Jean instructed from the floor. This one is my favorite. Jordan straddled Barbara Jean's lower back, grabbed her arms, and pulled backward, arching her spine severely. It was a position that looked incredibly compromising. All right, now this gives a good stretch to the back and chest muscles, Jordan lectured, completely professional. Really should do this once a day. Oh, I would do it all day if I could, Barbara Jean sighed blissfully. Reba felt faint. She began fanning her face with her hand. You know, is this one of these gyms that has the heat on real high? I am sweating. Okay. Jordan finally released Barbara Jean, stepping back and clapping his hands again. Oh wow, time for some weightlifting. Oh good. Reba breathed a massive sigh of relief. That is enough of that stretching. Hello. Okay. Knock this out. Yeah, okay. All right. You know, I think I have seen enough. She turned to leave, desperate to escape the terrifying intimacy of the gym. So, what do you think? Barbara Jean called out after her. You have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Only if he takes me out to dinner first. Reba shot back over her shoulder, not stopping her retreat. Are you sure, Reba? Barbara Jean insisted. Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I have ever had. Reba stopped dead in her tracks. The word relationship echoed in her mind. It was the confirmation she had been fearing. She turned slowly, looking at Jordan's massive muscles and then at Barbara Jean's adoring face. Oh, Reba said softly. I think Jordan has his hands full with you. Oh, you are a beginner, Reba? Jordan smiled. You will start with Dot. Yeah. This is Reba. She seems a little tense. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. Suddenly, a woman who appeared to be carved entirely from granite stepped out from behind a row of treadmills. She was massive, intimidating, and possessed no neck to speak of. Hey! Dot barked, her voice like grinding stones. Get down there. Reba did not wait to find out what Dot had in mind. She sprinted for the exit, bursting through the glass doors and out into the comforting, non-athletic safety of the parking lot. When Reba finally arrived back at the house, she found Brock pacing a trench into the living room rug. So, did you see him? Brock demanded the moment she walked through the door. What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Reba leaned against the doorframe, trying to catch her breath. He is big, but he is not as big as Dot. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Brock asked, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and anger. Reba sighed heavily, walking over to the sofa and collapsing into the cushions. Look, Brock. I was hoping that I could go down to the gym and check things out and come back and tell you that there is nothing to worry about. But that is it, Brock yelled, throwing his hands in the air. Reba, come on, he pleaded, waiting for the devastating details. Okay, Reba continued gently. I do not know if they are having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Brock's face contorted in sheer agony. Man, I knew there was something going on. Before Reba could offer any further comfort, the front door flew open, and Barbara Jean practically floated into the room, still glowing from her workout. Hey, everybody. I am here, and I am saying, well. Oh, hi, honey, Brock said, his voice dripping with venomous sarcasm. Barbara Jean stopped smiling, sensing the hostile atmosphere instantly. Do not you hi honey me. What are you talking about? Oh, man, Brock exploded, stepping toward her. Did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? Barbara Jean looked completely baffled. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Brock turned to Reba, pointing an accusing finger. Reba, tell him what you saw. Reba shrank back into the sofa cushions, raising her hands in surrender. I do not want to get involved. She said you are having an affair, Brock stated bluntly, looking directly at his wife. Barbara Jean's eyes widened in sheer, unadulterated shock. She looked at Brock, then at Reba, and then burst out laughing. It was a loud, genuine, belly laugh that echoed through the tense room. Any more than I already am, she managed to gasp out between laughs. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. He is gay. The room plunged into absolute silence. The heavy, dramatic tension vanished instantly, replaced by a profound sense of foolishness. What? Brock whispered, his voice cracking. Barbara Jean crossed her arms, looking at Reba with a mixture of amusement and irritation. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Brock's head snapped toward Reba. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts. He is gay, Barbara Jean reiterated firmly. He was not touching them. He was arranging them. She waved her hand dismissively, turning toward the hallway. Carry on with your lives. Brock exhaled a massive sigh of relief, the tension draining from his shoulders. But as Barbara Jean walked away, the mood in the room shifted. No, Reba, Barbara Jean said, stopping and turning back. The humor was gone from her voice, replaced by genuine hurt. Everything is not fine. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. Reba sat up straight, defensive walls instantly erecting. The slim waist, the toned legs, the fellas. The fellas? The girls. Oh, the puppies. I am not threatened by you. Really? Barbara Jean challenged, stepping closer. Yeah, then why did you go down to the gym? What were you spying on me? Reba hesitated. The truth was ugly, but it was unavoidable. No. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gym because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you think that? Because you have changed, Reba said, her voice rising slightly. I have not. Yes, you have, Reba insisted, standing up to meet her face to face. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. Brock, standing awkwardly on the sidelines, cleared his throat. Hello? I have always been that way. She kinda got a point there. Reba ignored him, keeping her eyes locked on Barbara Jean. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean. Barbara Jean's shoulders slumped. The energetic, confident facade crumbled, revealing a vulnerability that Reba rarely saw. Yeah, the way you guys look at me, I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded. The silence that followed was heavy and reflective. Reba looked at the woman standing in front of her. Beneath the expensive workout clothes and the toned muscles, she was still the same loud, somewhat annoying, but fiercely loyal woman she had always known. I know she might be right, Reba admitted softly, the anger dissipating. Could be us. Brock's the three of us. Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free. Came the joyful defense, followed by the rustling of a cardboard box. Somebody will eat it. Oh, dibs? A voice cried out from the corner, immediately claiming the unexpected bounty. Reba crossed her arms, leaning against the counter. A thought had been brewing in her mind for a while, brought to the forefront by the morning's empty pantry and the sudden appearance of heavy Italian food. You know what, Mom? I am thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. The suggestion hung in the air, greeted by immediate resistance. What are you talking about? I am very healthy. The banter continued, escalating slightly as Reba tried to enforce her new decree. All right, that is it, Mrs. H. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Reba moved closer, her tone shifting from commanding to genuinely concerned. Mrs. H, I cannot stand to see you do this to yourself. It is like you are trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What is different? Before an answer could be formulated, a bright, melodic voice echoed from the hallway. You who? I am here, and I am thin. The room froze. Into the kitchen walked a vision that defied their understanding of reality. It was Barbara Jean, but not the Barbara Jean they knew. She was radiant, her posture completely transformed, and she was undeniably thin. A sharp intake of breath hissed through the room. Yeah, thin is a stick and dumb is one. Someone muttered, Yikes, what is eating Cooper grape? Look at that, they look like the number 10. Reba gasped, her eyes flying open. She was in her own bed, her heart hammering against her ribs. The kitchen, the pizza, the impossibly thin Barbara Jean. It had all been a vivid, terrifying manifestation of her subconscious anxieties. She pressed a hand to her forehead, feeling a cold sweat. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare. Reba breathed into the quiet darkness of her bedroom. She closed her eyes, willing her heart rate to slow down. But the universe, it seemed, had a twisted sense of humor. Just as she drifted back towards sleep, a voice echoed from the waking world, filtering through her bedroom door. You who? I am here, and I am thin. Reba groaned, pulling the blanket over her head. And the nightmare continues. Later that morning, Reba stood in the kitchen, determined to take control of her life and her household. Her roots were planted in the past, though her life was changing fast. She knew who she was and who she wanted to be. She was a survivor. To prove it, she was currently operating the blender at maximum volume. Ben stumbled into the kitchen, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. He looked at the swirling, unappetizing green liquid in the blender pitcher. Mom, make us some pancakes. Reba turned off the machine with a definitive click. No, I am making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I am taking a power walk. Van, Cheyenne's husband, ambled into the room, leaning against the doorframe with a sleepy grin. Power walk? Oh, forget your power cane. Cheyenne, always quick to defend her mother, swatted Van's arm lightly. Van, that is not nice. Mom does aerobics. Van chuckled, clearly enjoying his own humor. She could shatter her hip. Reba poured the thick, fibrous liquid into a tall glass, leveling a stern gaze at her son-in-law. And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless. Before Van could formulate a witty retort, the atmosphere in the room shifted entirely. Barbara Jean glided into the kitchen. The nightmare had become reality. She looked vibrant, energetic, and completely transformed. "Hey, everybody," Barbara Jean announced, practically glowing with pride. "I am here and I am." "Oh, shut up and have a donut," Reba said, offering a box of pastries in a desperate attempt to maintain the status quo. Barbara Jean waved the box away with a polite but firm smile. "Oh, Reba, you are not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies, are you? Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbohydrates." Reba set her glass down, a mixture of defensiveness and bewilderment crossing her features. "Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle, but seriously, there has to be some sort of..." Reba trailed off, noticing the complete silence in the room. She turned to look at Van and Ben. Their jaws were slightly slack, their eyes locked onto Barbara Jean. "Will you stop staring at her?" Van blinked, seemingly pulling himself out of a trance. "What? We have been staring at her for, the past 2 hours." Cheyenne crossed her arms, an edge of insecurity creeping into her voice. "Well, she is pretty." Barbara Jean beamed, soaking in the attention like a flower in the sun. "I am pretty." "Well, of course you are," Reba said, trying to be supportive while navigating the awkwardness. "You have always been pretty, but she is new pretty." "Oh, Van, that is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife," Shen warned, glaring at her husband. Van, entirely missing the danger signals flashing from his wife, turned back to Barbara Jean with innocent admiration. "Van, you really think that I am new pretty?" Barbara Jean asked. "Oh, yeah," Van nodded enthusiastically. "You are like a bleached-out Halle Berry." Barbara Jean pressed a hand to her chest, incredibly touched. "Thank you." "You are welcome," Van replied happily. Feeling the tension rising, Reba decided it was time to change the scenery. "I am going to go make some calls," she announced, quickly exiting the kitchen. Left alone with the younger couple, Barbara Jean smiled brightly. Van leaned in slightly, his curiosity getting the better of him. "So, Barbara Jean." "Yeah. Is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight, you want to do, bounce? Ka bounce." Van made a subtle, questioning gesture. "Van!" Cheyenne gasped, absolutely mortified. Barbara Jean quickly turned to Cheyenne, misinterpreting the source of the young woman's distress. "Oh, Cheyenne, do not be upset. You are still hot. You are like a bleached-out Jan Brady. January Jan Brady." Cheyenne's face fell completely flat. "I am Marcia. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia." Seeking to smooth over the ruffled feathers, Barbara Jean turned her attention back to Reba, who had just returned to the kitchen. "So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gymnasium and meet Jordan, my trainer." Barbara Jean's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm as she spoke of this man. "Seriously, he will change your life. He is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see." Reba raised an eyebrow, her maternal instincts kicking into gear. "Whoa, the movies you are going to see? What has that got to do with you getting in shape?" "Oh, nothing," Barbara Jean laughed breezily. "We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. Whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan." "No," Reba answered flatly, picking up her green smoothie. "Oh, come on, Reba," Barbara Jean pleaded, pouting slightly. "I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend." She froze, her eyes widening in panic as she realized what she had just said. "Boyfriend? Oh, whoops, that came out wrong. Oh." Reba seized the opportunity to decline once more. "Well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be here with my smoothie." She took a brave sip, grimacing slightly as the thick liquid hit her palate. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. A little while later, Reba found Barbara Jean lingering in the living room. Hoping to reconnect and perhaps figure out what was really going on with her friend, Reba offered an olive branch. "Oh, hey, Barbara Jean. Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us?" Barbara Jean looked genuinely regretful. "Oh, honey, I cannot. I am going to the gymnasium." "Well, cannot you skip it just this once?" Reba urged, pressing the issue. "Come on. I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much." Barbara Jean hesitated, a flicker of temptation in her eyes. "Really? Skip the gymnasium and eat French food?" She sighed dramatically. "No confondu bras." With a cheerful wave, Barbara Jean bounced out the door, leaving Reba alone with a growing sense of suspicion. That afternoon, Brock, Reba's ex-husband and Barbara Jean's current husband, paced the floor of Reba's living room. He looked agitated, running a hand through his hair. "Man, she blew me off again," Brock complained, his voice tight with frustration. "All she wants to do is go down to the gymnasium and spend time with Jordan, her trainer." "Exactly," Reba nodded, sipping a cup of coffee. "Frankly, I like the new but the new attitude not so much." Brock stopped pacing and shot Reba a look. "Oh, that is really funny coming from the old but." Reba ignored the slight, understanding that Brock was speaking out of hurt. Brock continued, his voice taking on a mocking tone. "Jordan is so great. Jordan is so toned and funny. Well, I got news for you. Nobody is toned and funny." "Rob, you are overreacting," Reba said, trying to inject some rationality into the situation. "Oh, really?" Brock challenged, leaning forward. "Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy." Reba almost choked on her coffee. "Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than you are, better looking and younger. But—" "That is it," Brock interrupted, his mind made up. "Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gymnasium and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me." Reba shook her head vehemently. "No way, you know. Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful." "Yeah, right?" Brock scoffed, his insecurity fully exposed. "Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of options." Reba sighed, feeling a pang of sympathy for the man she used to be married to. "Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then." Brock looked at her as if she had suggested he speak in a foreign language. "Oh, now there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous, Reba." He stormed out of the room, leaving Reba muttering to herself. "Makes me to spy on those. Stupid." She looked down at her power smoothie, suddenly feeling entirely exhausted by the complex emotional web of her extended family. Hard to believe they are supposed to be good for you. Later, Van wandered into the room, tossing an apple in the air. "Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk?" He chuckled to himself. "Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth." Reba glared at him, in no mood for his specific brand of humor. "No, I am not going for my power walk. This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting wacko." Van stopped tossing the apple. "What do you mean?" "Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin. He probably does." Van nodded sagely, taking a bite of his apple. "What are you talking about? Guys are pigs. They are dogs. They are all animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs." He seemed quite proud of his profound observation. My point is that when you got a hot lady, you got to keep your guard up at all times. I used to, came a soft, melancholic voice from the doorway. Cheyenne stood there, looking incredibly sad and vulnerable. Van immediately realized his mistake. You used to? No, baby, do not take it like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Cheyenne turned away, tears welling in her eyes. Well, I do not like it. She practically ran up the stairs. Van watched her go, utterly confused. Where have you been? I went to get something to eat, Ben announced, walking into the room with a sandwich. Reba rubbed her temples, trying to process the chaos. So, Ben, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer? Ben chewed thoughtfully before answering with surprising wisdom. Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean is not looking to play, there is no problem, and it is obvious Barbara Jean is not looking. Reba looked at her son, impressed. Why is this obvious? 2 reasons, Ben explained, holding up his fingers. Barbara Jean is not good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. The realization hit Reba like a ton of bricks. Meet him. Barbara Jean had practically begged Reba to come to the fitness center to meet Jordan. Reba stood up abruptly. Meet him? Oh, Ben said, catching on to his own logic. Where are you going? Go down to the gymnasium with the rest of the wackos, Reba declared, marching toward the door. All right, Van called out after her. Well, keep those arms a-swinging. The fitness center was a symphony of clanking weights, rhythmic breathing, and upbeat music. It was a world entirely foreign to Reba, a place where people actively chose to inflict physical hardship upon themselves in the pursuit of physical perfection. She navigated through the sea of treadmills and elliptical machines, feeling wildly out of place in her everyday clothes. Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here, Reba muttered to herself, her eyes darting around. She bumped into a particularly muscular man. You should see them naked in the shower. She hurried away before the man could respond. She finally spotted her target in the stretching area. Hey, a young, incredibly fit man was saying to Barbara Jean. Jordan, hey, Barbara Jean replied, practically glowing with sweat and adoration. Ready to start, Barbara Jean? Jordan asked, his voice echoing with professional enthusiasm. Yeah, Barbara Jean nodded eagerly. Hey, you look great in that outfit, Jordan complimented her smoothly. Barbara Jean giggled, looking down at her athletic wear. Oh, well, you know, the other woman is getting kind of baggy. She struck a pose. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. Okay, Jordan. Reba approached cautiously, clearing her throat to announce her presence. Jordan, this is my friend, Reba, Barbara Jean said, her face lighting up with genuine delight at seeing her friend there. Hey, I am Jordan, the trainer said, flashing a million-watt smile and extending a hand. I am Reba, she replied, shaking his hand hesitantly. So, you going to join us, Reba? Jordan asked, radiating motivational energy. Oh, I do not know, Reba stammered, intimidated by the sheer intensity of the environment. I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a while. Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching, Jordan advised cheerfully. You need to sweat a little. Yeah, but you guys got to understand, it has been a while since I have been in a gymnasium like this, and I do not think. Before Reba could finish her excuse, a loud, booming voice interrupted. Hello, there. Reba watched as Jordan moved behind Barbara Jean to assist her with a stretch. Barbara Jean, you really are getting limber. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Remember when I did not want to? Barbara Jean laughed, a sound of pure joy. Reba watched, horrified, as Jordan gently but firmly maneuvered Barbara Jean into a stretch that looked both incredibly intimate and physically impossible. Reba's eyes widened to the size of saucers. Is that legal? I mean, necessary? It is critical to stretch the muscles out before you exercise them. Jordan explained professionally, completely unfazed by Reba's discomfort. Yeah, otherwise you could really hurt something. He tapped Barbara Jean's shoulder. Turn over. Barbara Jean obliged, beaming at Reba. Reba, you need to watch this one. This one is my favorite. Jordan stepped behind Barbara Jean again, placing his hands on her back and gently pulling her arms backward. All right, now, this gives a good stretch to the back and chest muscles. Really should do this once a day. Oh, I would do it all day if I could. Barbara Jean sighed happily, leaning into the stretch. Reba felt a flush creeping up her neck. The sheer physical proximity of the two of them was overwhelming. You know, is this one of these, gymnasiums that has the heat on real high? I am sweating. Okay. Jordan finally released Barbara Jean. Oh wow, time for some weightlifting. Reba let out a massive sigh of relief. Oh good, that is enough of that stretching. Hello. Okay, knock this out. Yeah, okay, all right. She took a step backward, eager to escape the suffocating atmosphere of intense physical exertion. You know, I think I have seen enough. Barbara Jean stopped, looking a little disappointed. So, what do you think? You have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Only if he takes me out to dinner first, Reba quipped, her humor acting as a defensive shield. Are you sure, Reba? Barbara Jean asked, her tone deeply sincere. Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I have ever had. That statement echoed in Reba's mind. Best relationship. The alarm bells were ringing loudly now. Oh, I think Jordan has his hands full with you. Oh, you are a beginner. Reba, Jordan said, waving down another trainer across the room. You will start with Dot. Dot. Yeah. This is Reba. She seems a little tense. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. Dot, a woman composed entirely of muscle and intensity, marched over. She looked like she could bench press a small car. Hey, get down there. Reba did not need to be told twice. She turned on her heel and practically sprinted out of the building. Later that evening, Reba paced in her living room, her mind racing with what she had witnessed. Brock sat on the couch, bouncing his leg nervously. So, did you see him? Brock demanded. What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Reba stopped pacing and looked at Brock, her expression grave. He is big, but he is not as big as Dot. Brock frowned, not understanding the reference. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Reba took a deep breath, dreading the conversation. Look, Brock. I was hoping that I could go down to the gymnasium and check things out and come back and tell you that there is nothing to worry about. But before she could deliver the final blow, the front door opened, and Barbara Jean breezed in, radiating post-workout endorphins. That is it. Reba, come on. Reba turned to Brock, dropping her voice. Okay, I do not know if they are having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Brock's face turned completely pale. Man, I knew there was something going on. Barbara Jean, completely unaware of the dramatic tension in the room, smiled brightly at her husband. Hey, everybody. I am here and I am saying, well, oh hi, honey. Brock stood up, his posture rigid with anger and betrayal. Do not you hi honey me. Barbara Jean stopped in her tracks, her smile faltering. What are you talking about? Oh man, Brock groaned, pacing away from her. Did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? Barbara Jean looked genuinely bewildered. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. She turned to Reba for support. Reba, tell him what you saw. Reba took a step back, holding up her hands. I do not want to get involved. She said you are having an affair, Brock accused, his voice rising in volume. Barbara Jean gasped, staring at Reba in absolute shock. Any more than I already am. She took a deep breath, trying to calm the sudden chaos. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. He is gay. The room plunged into sudden, absolute silence. Brock blinked, processing the information. What? Barbara Jean placed her hands on her hips, her expression turning indignant. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Brock's head snapped back toward his wife. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts? He is gay. He was not touching them, Barbara Jean clarified, her tone completely matter-of-fact. He was arranging them. Carry on with your lives. She turned to leave the room, her dignity wounded. No, Reba, Barbara Jean stopped, turning back to face her friend. Everything is not fine. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus. The phallus? Reba asked, utterly confused by the terminology. The girls, Barbara Jean clarified. Oh, the puppies. Reba nodded, finally understanding. She straightened her spine, her pride kicking in. I am not threatened by you. Really? Barbara Jean challenged, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. Yeah. Then why did you go down to the gymnasium? Barbara Jean demanded. What, were you spying on me? Reba opened her mouth to deny it, but the truth hung heavy in the air. No. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gymnasium because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you think that? Barbara Jean asked, her eyes welling with hurt. Because you have changed, Reba stated simply. I have not, Barbara Jean protested defensively. Yes, you have, Reba insisted gently but firmly. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. Brock, standing slightly to the side, quietly muttered, Hello? I have always been that way. Reba shot him a look before softening her tone. She kind of got a point there. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean. Barbara Jean looked down at her shoes, the vibrant energy entirely drained from her posture. Yeah, the way you guys look at me, I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded. Her words struck a profound chord. The silence that followed was not tense, but deeply reflective. Brock stepped forward, his anger replaced by a wave of guilt. He realized that his own insecurities had clouded his judgment. I know she might be right. Could be us. I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is. He trailed off, knowing he had to take responsibility for his own actions. Reba walked over to Barbara Jean, her expression filled with genuine remorse. Look, Barbara Jean. The truth is I think I went down to the gymnasium almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong. You know, anything. So I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So, I am sorry. Sorry? Barbara Jean asked, wiping a tear from her cheek. Yeah, Reba nodded. Suddenly, a bright, triumphant smile broke across Barbara Jean's face. This is great. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me. Reba rolled her eyes, a fond smile touching her lips. I do not want to be you. I know, Barbara Jean squealed, her boundless enthusiasm returning in full force. It is even better. You want to look like me. She threw her arms around Reba in a tight, crushing hug. Reba patted her back, feeling a sense of peace settle over the house once more. Hey, Where are you going? Reba asked as Barbara Jean suddenly pulled away and headed toward the door. Just going to go grab something to eat, Barbara Jean replied cheerfully. I will see you next year. Later that evening, the house was finally quiet. The dramatic events of the day had settled into a peaceful twilight. Upstairs, Van was sitting on the edge of his bed, holding a remote control. Hey, buddy, what are we watching? No, we are not. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Let us go. You are going to pick scissors, are not you? Get out, came a muffled response from the hallway. Cheyenne walked into the bedroom, her expression serious and slightly nervous. She was holding a large, brightly colored box. Hey, honey. Hey, baby. Van smiled warmly, making room for her on the bed. I need to talk to you, Cheyenne said, her voice trembling slightly. Oh, honey, I just got the television. Van groaned good-naturedly, setting the remote aside. Cheyenne sat down, clutching the box tightly on her lap. Well, I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty because I do not do enough to keep your interest. Van's expression softened instantly. The careless jokes from the morning had clearly planted a seed of doubt in his beautiful wife's mind. No, honey, you were way hot. Guilty. Cheyenne took a deep breath, opening the box. But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig. She pulled out a cascade of artificial hair, looking at Van with a mixture of hope and fear. Van gently reached out and placed his hands over hers. Cheyenne, put that down. Listen to me. His voice was low, incredibly sincere, and filled with a profound depth of love. I think it is a good thing that when I look at you, I do not see the beautiful girl with the killer bod. Cheyenne's face fell slightly, misunderstanding his meaning. Van quickly continued, looking deeply into her eyes. I see my wife, and I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out, or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas. Cheyenne sniffled, a tiny spark of hope returning to her eyes. Really? Yeah. Van nodded firmly. You are beautiful to me because of who you are. A soft, emotional smile spread across Cheyenne's face. I feel kind of stupid. Van laughed softly, bringing her hands up to kiss her knuckles. That is also who you are, and I love it. Come on, you. He stood up, pulling her gently to her feet. Where are we going? Cheyenne asked, the heavy burden of her insecurity lifting from her shoulders. Oh, we are going upstairs, Van said with a mischievous grin. Cheyenne smiled, wrapping her arms around his waist. Hold on. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone. Van leaned in, resting his forehead against hers in the quiet intimacy of their bedroom. Sometimes I want to feel new pretty. The morning sunlight filtered through the large kitchen windows, casting a warm, golden glow over the countertops. Yet, despite the cheerful weather outside, a heavy silence hung in the air inside the kitchen. Two young men stood side by side, their eyes wide as they stared into the gaping, terrifyingly empty space of the open refrigerator. That woman is out of control. She is like a locust. She has eaten everything in the house. The younger one, Ben, shook his head in absolute disbelief. He reached out and pulled open a cabinet door, only to find bare shelves staring back at him. She has eaten everything in Mr. H's house. Look, even the salt and pepper shakers are empty. His companion, Van, let out a long, dramatic sigh, leaning against the kitchen island. He crossed his arms over his chest, looking completely defeated by the sheer volume of food that had miraculously vanished overnight. Why do you not just tell her she has eaten too much? You tell her. No, you tell her. Ben shot back instantly, his voice rising in a panicked pitch. They both knew the danger of confronting the woman in question. It was a perilous mission, one neither was willing to undertake voluntarily. Rock, paper, scissors. Ben, you know you are going to lose. Not this time, Ben said, his eyes narrowing with sudden, unearned confidence. He held out his fist, shaking it to the rhythm of the timeless game. 1, 2, 3. They threw their hands forward. Ben had chosen rock. Van, with a smug, victorious grin, displayed his 2 fingers extended in the shape of scissors. Wait, no, scissors lose to rock. Van blinked, staring at his fingers, while Ben groaned in absolute frustration, realizing he had instinctively changed his hand to paper at the very last second. Dang it, how do you always beat me? Because you always pick scissors. Of course I do, Van replied smoothly, his confidence entirely restored despite the momentary confusion. It is my system. So you will tell her? Yeah, fine. Ben slumped his shoulders, staring at the floor. Then, the reality of the situation washed over him, and he frantically shook his head. No, I do not want to. You tell her, Van urged, giving Ben a light shove. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please. No, Ben, why should I tell her? Van argued, his voice taking on a philosophical tone. Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks. By the way, you have been looking hot lately. Oh, you? Ben muttered sarcastically, rolling his eyes at Van's absurd attempt at a compliment. Before the argument could escalate into another round of rock, paper, scissors, the back door swung open with a loud creak. Reba marched into the kitchen, carrying a massive, flat cardboard box that radiated the heavenly, unmistakable aroma of melted cheese and baked dough. She set it down on the center island with a triumphant thud. Look, sweetie, why do I not tell her? Thank you. Hey, 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 guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to? Reba smiled, wiping her hands on her apron. Luigi does not have to roll it out of the bed every morning. You know, Mom, Ben started, eyeing the greasy cardboard box with a mixture of desire and hesitation. We really do not need another pizza. I mean, it is really just the 3 of us. Oh, I know, Reba replied, casually flipping open the lid to reveal a perfect circle of pepperoni and cheese. But I had to take it. It was free. Somebody will eat it. Oh, dibs, Van shouted, lunging forward to grab a large slice before anyone else could make a move. You know what, Mom? Ben said, watching Van fold the massive slice in half and take a huge bite. I am thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. Reba paused, her hand hovering over a slice. What are you talking about? I am very healthy. Just as the words left her mouth, a sudden commotion echoed from the hallway. A voice, loud and commanding, pierced through the quiet morning air. All right, that is it, Mrs. H. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it, drop it, drop it. The family turned in unison, their eyes widening as they saw the source of the noise. Brock, also known affectionately and sometimes not so affectionately as Mr. H., was standing in the doorway, waving his hands frantically at his wife. Drop it, Mrs. H. I cannot stand to see you do this to yourself. It is like you are trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What is different? Suddenly, the front door burst open, and a vibrant, melodic voice filled the entire house. Yoo-hoo! I am here, and I am thin. Barbara Jean practically floated into the room, twirling around to showcase her dramatically transformed figure. She was wearing a brightly colored, form-fitting athletic outfit that looked entirely brand new. Yeah, thin as a stick and dumb as one, Reba muttered under her breath, staring at the spectacle before her. Yikes, Van whispered, a piece of pepperoni dangling from his lip. What is eating Cooper grape? Look at that. They look like the number 10. Reba closed her eyes, shaking her head as if trying to dispel a hallucination. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare. Yoo-hoo! I am here, and I am thin, Barbara Jean repeated, striking another pose by the doorway, her smile so wide it looked like it might break her face. And the nightmare continues, Reba sighed, reaching for a tall glass on the counter. She began to mix a dark, intimidating green concoction. My roots are planted in the past. Though my life is changing fast, who I am is who I want to be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I am a survivor. Mom, make us some pancakes, Ben pleaded, looking at the green sludge with absolute horror. No, Reba stated firmly, pouring the thick liquid into a travel cup. I am making everyone a power smoothie, and this afternoon I am taking a power walk. Power walk? Van chimed in, leaning against the counter. Oh, forget your power cane. Van, that is not nice, Cheyenne said, entering the kitchen and glaring at her husband. Mom does aerobics. She could shatter her hip, Van pointed out, taking another bite of pizza. And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless, Reba replied sweetly, offering him a dangerously polite smile. Hey everybody, Barbara Jean called out again, completely oblivious to the family dynamics playing out around her. I am here and I am. Oh, shut up and have a donut, Reba interrupted, pushing a powdered pastry across the counter toward the newly slender woman. Oh Reba, you are not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies, are you? Barbara Jean asked, looking at the green sludge with genuine pity. Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbohydrates. Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle, Reba started, her voice tight with suppressed irritation. But seriously, I mean, there has to be some sort of... She trailed off, noticing the absolute silence in the room. She turned to look at Van, who was staring at Barbara Jean with his mouth slightly open. Will you stop staring at her? What? Van blinked, snapping out of his trance. We have been staring at her for like the past 2 hours. Well, she is pretty, Ben admitted softly. I am pretty, Cheyenne said, her voice wavering slightly as she looked from her husband to Barbara Jean. Well, of course you are, Van said quickly, turning to his wife. You have always been pretty, but she is new pretty. Reba let out a short, sharp laugh. Oh, Van, that is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife. Van, you really think that I am new pretty? Barbara Jean asked, her eyes fluttering with delight. Oh yeah, you are like a bleached-out Halle Berry, Van confirmed, nodding seriously. Thank you, Barbara Jean beamed, fluffing her blonde hair. You are welcome. I am going to go make some calls, Van said, grabbing another piece of pizza and slipping out of the room before his actual wife could murder him with her eyes. Cheyenne looked crestfallen. So, Barbara Jean, yeah? Is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight you want to do, bounce, bounce? Van, Cheyenne yelled toward the hallway, her face turning bright red. Oh Cheyenne, do not be upset. You are still hot, Van yelled back from the other room. You are like a bleached out. Jan Brady. January Jan Brady. I am Marcia, Cheyenne muttered to herself, tears welling up in her eyes. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. So, Reba, I got an idea, Barbara Jean said, completely ignoring the marital crisis unfolding beside her. You should come down to the fitness center and meet Jordan, my trainer. Seriously, he will change your life. I mean, he is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Whoa, Reba said, raising a skeptical eyebrow. The movies you are going to see? What does that have to do with you getting in shape? Oh, nothing, Barbara Jean laughed lightly. We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan? No, Reba answered flatly, taking a sip of her power smoothie and immediately regretting it. Oh, come on, Reba. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. The entire kitchen went dead silent. Boyfriend? Reba asked, her eyes widening. Oh, whoops, Barbara Jean giggled, waving her hand dismissively. That came out wrong. Well, thanks anyway, but I am just going to be here with my smoothie, Reba said, forcing down another swallow of the awful green sludge. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. Later that afternoon, the house had quieted down. Brock wandered into the kitchen, looking exhausted and carrying a distinct aura of defeat. He spotted Barbara Jean near the door, lacing up a pristine pair of running shoes. "Oh, hey, Barbara Jean," Brock said, forcing a cheerful tone. "Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us?" "Oh, honey, I cannot," Barbara Jean replied briskly, not even looking up from her shoelaces. "I am going to the fitness center." "Well, cannot you skip it just this once?" Brock pleaded, his shoulders slumping. "Come on, I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much." "Really? Skip the fitness center and eat French food?" "No confondu bras," Barbara Jean said with a confident smirk, grabbing her gym bag and marching out the door without a backward glance. Brock stood alone in the kitchen for a long moment before walking over to where Reba was sitting at the table, flipping through a magazine. "Man, she blew me off again. All she wants to do is go down to the fitness center and spend time with Jordan." "Her trainer," Reba clarified without looking up. "Exactly," Brock sighed, pulling out a chair and sitting heavily. "Frankly, I like the new but the new attitude not so much." Reba slowly lowered her magazine, giving him a long, judgmental look. "Oh, that is really funny coming from the old but." Brock ignored the insult, his mind entirely consumed by his own anxiety. "Jordan is so great. Jordan is so toned and funny." "Well, I got news for you. Nobody is toned and funny." "Brock, you are overreacting," Reba said reasonably, though a small seed of doubt was beginning to plant itself in her own mind. "Oh, really?" Brock challenged, leaning forward. "Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy." "Barbara Jean with her trainer?" Reba asked, her tone skeptical but her curiosity thoroughly piqued. "I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than you are, better looking and younger," Reba continued, unable to resist a quick jab. "But that is it. Reba, I need you to help me out." Brock looked at her with desperate, pleading eyes. "I want you to go down to the fitness center and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me." "No way," Reba said instantly, shaking her head. "You know, Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful." "Yeah, right," Brock scoffed, running a hand nervously through his hair. "Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of options. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel," Reba advised softly, feeling a rare pang of genuine sympathy for her ex-husband. "Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then." Brock rolled his eyes dramatically. "Oh, now, there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba makes me to spy on those. Stupid." He mumbled the rest of his sentence under his breath, staring angrily at the power smoothie Reba had left on the table. "Hard to believe they are supposed to be good for you." Just then, Van strolled into the kitchen, looking as relaxed and carefree as ever. "Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth." "No, I am not going for my power walk," Reba sighed, rubbing her temples. "This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting wacko." "What do you mean?" Van asked, grabbing an apple from the fruit bowl. "Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin." "He probably does," Van said casually, taking a massive bite of the apple. "What are you talking about?" Cheyenne asked, stepping into the kitchen and glaring at Van. "Guys are pigs. They are dogs. They are all animals," Van stated as if reciting a well-known law of physics. "They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. My point is that when you got a hot lady, you got to keep your guard up at all times. I used to, Cheyenne said quietly, looking down at her fuzzy slippers. You used to? Van asked, his face falling as he realized his mistake. No, baby, do not take it like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Well, I do not like it, Cheyenne shouted, turning on her heel and storming out of the kitchen. Van stood frozen, the half-eaten apple dangling from his hand. Where have you been? I went to get something to eat. Reba watched the chaotic scene unfold and finally let out a resigned breath. So, Ben, she called out to the living room, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer? Ben poked his head around the corner. Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean is not looking to play, there is no problem. And it is obvious Barbara Jean is not looking. Why is this obvious? Reba asked, genuinely wanting a logical answer to quiet her own rising suspicions. 2 reasons Ben listed on his fingers. Barbara Jean is not good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. Reba froze. Meet him? The words Barbara Jean had spoken earlier that morning echoed loudly in her mind. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. Oh, where are you going? Ben asked as Reba suddenly leaped up from her chair and grabbed her purse. Go down to the fitness center with the rest of the wackos, Reba declared, marching toward the front door with absolute determination. All right, well, keep those arms a-swinging, Ben called after her cheerily. The fitness center was a terrifying landscape of mirrored walls, gleaming chrome machines, and painfully beautiful people clad in brightly colored spandex. The air smelled of expensive sweat and citrus cleaner. Reba stood awkwardly near the entrance, feeling entirely out of place in her comfortable jeans and loose-fitting cotton shirt. Oh hey Reba, you came. Reba turned to see Barbara Jean waving enthusiastically from a padded mat near the heavy weights section. Yeah, Reba managed to say, her eyes darting nervously around the room. Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here. You should see them naked in the shower. A tall, incredibly muscular young man with perfectly styled hair and a brilliant white smile stepped up next to Barbara Jean. Hey, Jordan, he introduced himself, extending a massive, tanned hand. Hey, Reba replied, shaking his hand hesitantly. Ready to start, Barbara Jean? Jordan asked, his voice smooth and encouraging. Yeah, Barbara Jean nodded eagerly. Hey, you look great in that outfit, Jordan complimented, his eyes sweeping over Barbara Jean's bright pink athletic wear. Oh, well, the other woman is getting kind of baggy, Barbara Jean laughed nervously, glancing at Reba. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. Oh. Okay, Jordan, Reba interrupted, feeling the need to establish some boundaries. Jordan, this is my friend, Reba. Hey, I am Jordan. I am Reba. So, are you going to join us, Reba? Jordan asked, flashing that blinding smile again. Oh, I do not know, Reba stammered, taking a step backward. I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a while. Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching, Jordan insisted gently. You need to sweat a little. Yeah, but you guys have got to understand, it has been a while since I have been in a fitness center like this, and I do not think. Before Reba could finish her excuse, she heard a loud gasp. She spun around to see Jordan assisting Barbara Jean with a stretch. Jordan was standing behind Barbara Jean, holding her leg in a position that defied the laws of human anatomy. Hello, there. Barbara Jean, you really are getting limber, Jordan praised, holding the stretch steady. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Remember when I did not want to? Barbara Jean wheezed, her face turning a bright shade of crimson. Reba felt her jaw drop. Is that legal? She choked out, staring in absolute shock. I mean, necessary? It is critical to stretch the muscles out before you exercise them, Jordan explained calmly, entirely unbothered by Reba's horror. Yeah. Otherwise, you could really hurt something. Turn over. Reba watched, paralyzed, as Barbara Jean flipped onto her stomach. Reba, you need to watch this one. This one is my favorite, Barbara Jean called out cheerfully, her voice muffled by the blue exercise mat. All right, now this gives a good stretch to the back and chest muscles, Jordan narrated as he leaned over Barbara Jean, placing his hands on her back and pulling her arms backward. Really should do this once a day. Oh, I would do it all day if I could, Barbara Jean sighed blissfully. Reba felt a bead of sweat roll down her neck. Is this one of these fitness centers that has the heat on real high? I am sweating. Okay. Oh wow. Time for some weightlifting. Oh good. That is enough of that stretching. Hello. Okay. Knock this out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Reba was babbling now, entirely unable to process the physical intimacy playing out right in front of her on the blue mat. I think I have seen enough. So what do you think? Barbara Jean asked, sitting up and wiping her forehead with a towel. Do you have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Only if he takes me out to dinner first, Reba muttered, crossing her arms defensively. Are you sure, Reba? Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I have ever had, Barbara Jean said earnestly, looking up at Jordan with absolute adoration. I think Jordan has his hands full with you, Reba said, slowly backing away toward the safety of the exit. Oh, you are a beginner, Reba, Jordan noted, clapping his hands together. You will start with Dot. Dot. Yeah. This is Reba. She seems a little tense. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. Hey, get down there. A terrifyingly large woman with arms the size of tree trunks appeared from behind a row of treadmills, cracking her knuckles ominously. Reba took one look at Dot and practically sprinted out the glass doors, the sound of rhythmic clanking weights echoing behind her. Later that evening, Brock was pacing a hole into the living room carpet. When Reba finally walked through the front door, looking pale and thoroughly traumatized, he practically pounced on her. So, did you see him? What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Brock fired the questions in rapid succession, his fists clenched at his sides. He is big, Reba said breathlessly, leaning against the doorframe, but he is not as big as Dot. So what do you think? Is there something going on there? Brock demanded, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and anger. Look, Brock, Reba started slowly, trying to find the right words. I was hoping that I could go down to the fitness center and check things out and come back and tell you that there is nothing to worry about. But that is it, Brock snapped, his face turning red. Reba, come on. Okay. I do not know if they are having an affair or not, Reba blurted out, unable to hold the image of the stretching routine inside any longer. But if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Man, I knew there was something going on, Brock roared, throwing his hands up in the air. Just then, the front door swung open again. Hey everybody, Barbara Jean chimed, her cheeks glowing pink from exertion. I am here and I am saying, well. Oh, hi, honey, Brock said, his voice dripping with venomous sarcasm. Do not you hi honey me, Barbara Jean shot back, her cheerful demeanor instantly vanishing. What are you talking about? Oh man, Brock scoffed, pacing aggressively across the floor. Did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? What? Barbara Jean looked genuinely bewildered, dropping her gym bag onto the floor. We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Reba, tell him what you saw, Brock commanded, pointing a dramatic finger at his ex-wife. I do not want to get involved, Reba squeaked, holding her hands up in surrender and taking a massive step backward. She said you are having an affair, Brock accused, staring fiercely at Barbara Jean. Any more than I already am, Reba muttered under her breath, retreating toward the safety of the kitchen. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair, Barbara Jean stated loudly, planting her hands firmly on her newly slender hips. He is gay. The silence that followed was so profound you could have heard a pin drop on the thick carpet. What? Brock asked, blinking slowly. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Barbara Jean asked, turning to Reba with an expression of absolute disbelief. Excuse me, Brock choked out, his eyes bulging out of his head. He grabbed your breasts? He is gay. He was not touching them, Barbara Jean clarified patiently, as if explaining a simple concept to a very small child. He was arranging them. Carry on with your lives. No, Reba. Everything is not fine, Barbara Jean continued, turning her attention back to Reba, her voice trembling slightly with hurt. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus. The phallus? Reba repeated, confused. The girls, Barbara Jean corrected herself. Oh, the puppies. I am not threatened by you, Reba said, crossing her arms defensively. Really? Barbara Jean challenged, raising a perfectly arched eyebrow. Yeah. Then why did you go down to the fitness center? What were you spying on me? No, Reba lied quickly. Then she let out a long sigh, her shoulders dropping. Okay, yes. I went down to the fitness center because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you think that? Barbara Jean asked, her voice softening slightly, clearly hurt by the accusation. Because you have changed, Reba admitted softly, looking down at the floor. I have not, Barbara Jean protested softly. Yes, you have, Reba insisted, looking back up, her own insecurities bubbling to the surface. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. Hello? I have always been that way, Barbara Jean pointed out, a small, sad smile playing on her lips. She kind of got a point there, Brock mumbled from the sidelines, though neither woman paid him any attention. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean, Reba said quietly, the anger fading into a gentle melancholy. Yeah, Barbara Jean agreed softly. The way you guys look at me, I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded. Reba stood there for a long moment, looking at the woman who had caused her so much pain, yet who had, bizarrely, become one of her closest confidants. The truth hit Reba hard, and she swallowed thickly. I know she might be right. Could be us. I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is. Brock started to babble his apologies, but Reba held up a hand, silencing him. Look, Barbara Jean, Reba said, her voice steady and honest. The truth is I think I went down to the fitness center almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong. You know, anything, so I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So, I am sorry. Barbara Jean looked at Reba, her eyes widening as the meaning of the words sank in. Sorry? She asked, a slow, radiant smile beginning to spread across her face. Yeah. This is great. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me. I do not want to be you, Reba corrected quickly, shaking her head. I know. It is even better. You want to look like me. Barbara Jean squealed with absolute delight, clapping her hands together. Reba rolled her eyes, turning away to hide a small, affectionate smile. Hey, where are you going? She called out as Barbara Jean grabbed her purse. Just gonna go grab something to eat. I will see you next year, Barbara Jean sang out happily, practically skipping out the front door, entirely at peace with herself and the world. Upstairs, a different kind of reconciliation was taking place. Cheyenne was sitting on the edge of the bed in the master bedroom, staring miserably at the floor. She was wearing her oldest, most faded flannel pajamas. Beside her on the bed lay a shiny, obviously synthetic blonde wig. Van walked into the room, holding a remote control. Hey buddy, what are we watching? He asked cheerfully, sitting down beside her. No, we are not, Cheyenne said miserably, not looking up. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Let us go, Van suggested gently, trying to coax a smile out of her. You are gonna pick scissors, are not you? Get out, Cheyenne yelled, though there was no real heat behind it. Hey honey, hey baby, I need to talk to you, Van said softly, setting the remote down and turning fully toward her. Oh honey, I just got the television, Cheyenne mumbled, wiping a tear from her cheek. Well, I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty because I do not do enough to keep your interest. No, honey, you are way hot, then said immediately, his voice filled with genuine sincerity. Guilty. But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig. Cheyenne gestured vaguely toward the shiny blonde hairpiece resting on the quilt. Van picked up the wig, holding it by a few strands, and looked at it with mild distaste. Cheyenne put that down. Listen to me. He tossed the wig onto the floor and took both of her hands in his. I think it is a good thing that when I look at you, I do not see the beautiful girl with the killer body. Cheyenne sniffled, looking up at him with watery eyes. You do not? I see my wife, Van said softly, his thumbs gently rubbing the backs of her hands. And I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas. Really? Cheyenne asked, a tentative smile breaking through the sadness. Yeah, Van nodded firmly, leaning in close. You are beautiful to me because of who you are. I feel kind of stupid, Cheyenne whispered, leaning her forehead against his shoulder. That is also who you are, and I love it, Van teased gently, kissing the top of her head. Come on, you. He stood up, pulling her to her feet. Where are we going? Cheyenne asked, looking up at him. Oh, we are going upstairs, Van said with a wicked little smile, wrapping his arms around her waist. Hold on. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone, Cheyenne giggled, her insecurities completely melting away in the warmth of his embrace. Sometimes, Van whispered, leaning in to kiss her, I want to feel new pretty. The morning sun poured through the kitchen windows of the house, casting a warm, golden glow over the countertops. However, the atmosphere inside the room was anything but tranquil. A quiet but intense debate was unfolding among the younger residents of the home. The refrigerator door stood wide open, revealing a startlingly barren interior. The shelves, which only yesterday had groaned under the weight of groceries, now held nothing but a lonely jar of mustard and a half-empty bottle of sparkling water. That woman is out of control, someone whispered fiercely, breaking the tense silence. She is like a locust. She has eaten everything in the house. The kitchen island, usually a hub of morning activity and scattered breakfast items, was completely cleared. The devastation was absolute. She has eaten everything in Mr. H's house. Another voice chimed in, pointing an accusing finger at the dining table. Look, even the salt and pepper shakers are empty. Why do you not just tell her she has eaten too much? The suggestion hung in the air, heavy and unappealing. Confrontation was never an easy task, especially in this household. You tell her, came the immediate defensive reply. No, you tell her. Rock, paper, scissors. The challenge was set. The ancient and noble method of conflict resolution was invoked. The two participants faced each other, eyes locked in a battle of wills. Ben, you know you are going to lose, the first voice warned, brimming with unearned confidence. Not this time, Ben replied, setting his jaw with determination. He raised his fist, ready to strike. 1, 2, 3. Hands flashed downward. The result was instantaneous and painfully familiar. Dang it, Ben cried out in frustration, staring at his defeated hand. How do you always beat me? Because you always pick scissors, came the smug, victorious answer. Ben sighed, realizing the fatal flaw in his strategy. Of course I do, it is my system. So you will tell her? Yeah, fine. the victor conceded, but almost immediately the bravado faded. No, I do not want to. A desperate pleading began. You tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please. No, Ben, why should I tell her? Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks. Ben reasoned, his logic slightly twisted but earnestly delivered. He paused, looking at the girl before him, an observation suddenly striking him. By the way, you have been looking hot lately. She smiled, a genuine blush rising to her cheeks. Oh, you. Just as the tension threatened to dissolve entirely into compliments, the front door swung open with a familiar, energetic rhythm. Reba walked in, carrying a large, flat cardboard box that radiated the unmistakable, savory aroma of cheese and baked dough. She looked tired but resilient, the embodiment of a woman who held the world on her shoulders and still managed to smile. Look, sweetie, why do I not tell her? Reba offered, catching the tail end of the conversation as she set the box down on the counter. Thank you. The girl breathed a sigh of immense relief. Reba clapped her hands together, shifting the focus to her prize. Hey, guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to? Luigi does not have to roll it out of the bed every morning. The children looked at the box, then back at their mother. The enthusiasm was not quite contagious. You know, Mom, we really do not need another pizza, the girl said gently. I mean, it is really just the three of us. Reba waved a hand dismissively, though a hint of understanding flickered in her eyes. Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free. She patted the box affectionately. Somebody will eat it. Almost on cue, an eager voice echoed from the hallway. Oh, dibs. Reba paused, looking around at her family. The empty refrigerator, the sudden appearance of heavy pizza, the constant cycle of eating and rushing. A thought bloomed in her mind, a desire for a positive change. You know what, Mom? The girl interjected, echoing Reba's unvoiced thoughts. I am thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. The suggestion was met with immediate, defensive sputtering from an older woman who had just wandered